All right, we're officially clapped in. Shit. Sorry, we're distracted. I'm looking at the Patreon chat right now. The Tic-Tac peer, right? Dude, that first post was awesome.
Dude, it was like
the bat signal with the dick.
I was
and
surprised
wings.
I was the first one in with the dick signal.
Well, I made the chat and I was typing out the first response, and as I'm doing it, like the dick pic bat signal posts up.
Which I think you made that, right?
Yeah.
Did you like AI that or something?
Dude, I tried to get ChatGPT to do it, and it took like 5 minutes, and it did like just the wings with no dick. And I'm like, it's not funny without the dick. It's like, oh, I can't make phallic paraphernalia even if it's funny. Something like that. Yeah. And I was like, great, thanks. Yeah, so I had to put it into Adobe Illustrator and hand draw it.
That's a nice one though.
Check. All right.
It's nice. It's a nice cock, right? It's bat signal.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So welcome to the show again, guys. So today we were kind of last minute getting people on, and it was Tom Struthers was supposed to be on, which we're excited for, but he had a project that he couldn't pull out of.
Yeah, he had to fucking bounce. So unfortunately, we couldn't fill the spot last minute. But
yeah,
so now you get us.
So we're doing a crew cast today, which is actually perfect timing because.
Hey Nick, can you give me a little bit more audio?
I think the last time
I don't know which one this one is.
I forget which episode we did. I think it was 13 or 15, and this is like 34 or 5. So we're probably due for like a State of the Union kind of just crew cast to reset up everything.
Yeah, and thanks for the support, all our guys. I mean, I don't know if we say it enough. I mean, I never thought this would be as successful as it is. I did a podcast before you reached out to me before, which was. It was mildly successful, and it was fun. This other guy that I was with, Tim Piles, we would basically go to bars and just sit and...
Yeah, the bar talk one.
Yeah, bar talk. We just sit and bullshit. But I don't think it got definitely didn't get the likes. It didn't get the exposure, and it just wasn't promoted the same. So hats off to you, Ryan and Nick, for making this all fucking come together, because, I mean...
Well, dude,
I'm just a pretty face on this whole thing.
Dude, there's so much goes on the back end that I didn't realize. Like, because Coda and I had a podcast together before, and I shot. I mean, it was for I think 10 months we did it, and we did 40-something episodes. So we gave it like a good run.
Yeah,
and it was good information, like all the shit that I wished I knew as an entrepreneur, like heavy info. Yeah. And it was fucking crickets. People just weren't interested in it, which I get, whatever. I'm not that funny or entertaining, but...
Did you do it pantsless?
Maybe that was the problem. I had too many clothes on.
Porky Pig in it, dude.
Yeah.
And here's the helicopter of the day.
But I think a lot of that has to do with timing, man. You know, a lot of it, and I think with the veteran things, what's going on in the veteran sphere, and just the communication, and there's so much shit. There's so much chaff in the air in the veteran space right now, where everybody's shit talking, everybody's mad at each other. There's so much drama going on. It's so nice to have this space where, like, you're kind of aware of it, but I just don't give a shit about the drama. I just want to have tell funny stories.
That's a byproduct of the wars being over, right? So now everybody's well into this
entrepreneurial, got shit to do now, except talk shit.
Entrepreneurial mindset, or starting their own companies and businesses, and then going into partnership with each other, like, oh, we serve together, but then it just gets super bitter and inflamed with ego.
Partnerships are hard, dude. Ask me how I know.
But yeah, the veteran space is very finicky right now, and I noticed it when I was working over at Vet TV, and we were making, well scripted slapdick humor that was, funny for 05 through probably 12 or 13.
Yeah.
And then all of those, then military changed and got kind of woke, so that became less acceptable.
Also, the demographic aged out. It was 15 years ago. What I found funny 15 years ago is not the shit I found funny now.
Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah. It's definitely
there
different.
was some pretty fucking funny shit on that Vet TV, though. Who's the main face of the guy?
Donny?
Yeah, Donny O'Malley.
O'Malley,
I think we're straight guys joking around with being gay. I think he's a gay guy joking around, pretending to be straight.
No, I asked him. He said he tried it and he's not into it. But I think it's just a real big course correct. I still talk to him pretty regularly, but I think it's a real big course correct.
He's a cool guy, man. Yeah.
Ended up selling Vet TV over to John Escovedo, who's now kind of running the ship, and John was previously, co-owner. And yeah, Donny bought a Mercedes Sprinter van and doing the whole van life thing.
No shit.
And
got into DJing and just mountain bikes and eat shrooms and smoke weed.
I could see that for him.
Yeah. He's
in his
pretty
mountain
excited
bike
by it.
DJ guru mushroom era.
So he's not still dipping into the episodes, doing any of the Vet TV stuff?
No.
Oh man,
I don't think so.
He was a good face for
He's
that.
a great actor,
personality,
too.
Man. Yeah.
He has like the Big Chew kind of Lieutenant Marine Corps infantry vibe,
totally.
and then he dressed up like their trainee.
Yeah.
And was doing that whole female trainee drill sergeant with like all the girls, and he's like kicking their legs apart.
I didn't see that one.
Fuck,
he's,
dude.
He's so jacked too. Can you imagine trying to fight that guy in a skirt, like getting your ass beat by him in a skirt? No,
I thought the funniest one was when the chick was asking him questions about how much money it would take to suck a. Or no, she goes, "Would you suck one dick like 10,000 times or 10,000 dicks one time?" For like however much money, or I think maybe she asked him how much money would it take for him to suck a dick, and he goes, whatever, 57,437. She's all like, "Whoa, holy fuck, that's an exact number." He's like, "Yeah, that's how much it would cost to pay off my truck." And then she goes, "Would you suck, 100 dicks one time, or would you suck one dick 100 times?" And he's like, he goes, excuse me. He goes, "Well, I think it'd be 100 dicks one time, because sucking one dick 100 times is a level of commitment that I'm not ready for."
It implies a relationship. Yeah. Getting too comfortable with one dick.
I'm getting all choked up talking about sucking dicks.
Your mouth's getting wet just talking about it.
He's got that vomit water mouth.
Yeah, I'm all like, pull over.
All right. So,
but thanks to our fans, seriously, everybody that's been supportive of this is fucking awesome.
It's been great, man. And then so the people who want to go a level deeper is the Patreon community has been fantastic. They've been super patient with us because we set up all the stuff that we're like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. Then we're like, fuck, now we got to deliver on it. So we've been getting the gold coins are almost ready. I think we're 2 weeks out with that. We got all the stuff. So one of the things that we've been promising the guys is an initial toast, and we're filming over here for the behind the scenes stuff, so they get access to what's going on before the episode, the breaks between the episode, and a little bit after as well. So they see a little bit deeper level. And sometimes we talk about shit that we don't want to broadcast publicly. So there's a little layer. I don't say secrecy, but
the war crimes.
Yeah, but cute war crimes, fun war crimes.
Yeah,
not the real shit. Yeah,
they're already almost dead war crimes.
Yeah. But the toast we wanted to do is so part of what we were delivering is a toast every episode for the Black Side crew, which is the highest tier. So I got one for the guys.
Oh shit, we're supposed to do a different toast every single.
I don't know yet, but we're gonna try it.
We're gonna have to GPT some good ones.
Yeah. So here's to the best people in the world. And you motherfuckers.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the only toast I got.
I'll have to think some good ones.
I'm shocked you're actually at a shortage of them.
Now, most of mine are all stupid, like, the pussy and gunpowder one, and fucking, here's to good friends, tonight is kind of special. The fucking Lowenbrow fucking commercial.
Oh, that's a good one.
Kelly Cooper has one that's like really long.
Is that the Frogman one?
Yeah.
Dude, you know how like culture changes and team guy culture, and we all like to think that team guy culture is going to be like this last bastion of fucking manhood, and it's impervious to fucking wokeness. But the reality is, like, this shit has seeped into the military at the highest levels, and we're not impervious from it. And so I was, the last couple months, I was pretty concerned about, like, shit, man. I was watching Breakout. I was kind of seeing the new compound, and it's really badass.
Like a herpes breakout?
That's a different topic. So I'm going, and I'm like, hey, it's really fucking cool to see. And it's definitely like still hard, and watching Breakout. I'm like, bro, that's still fucking legit. But the culture has changed and the humor has changed, and it's not. There are some things that have backed off, like what we would consider like traditional Frogman, tough guy, bare knuckle fighter values.
Yeah.
But my faith in the Frogman lore was totally fucking reestablished after Donny. So I forget, we went somewhere, and then at the end of the night, went to Donny's.
What was it, recently?
A couple weeks ago.
Oh, shit.
Actually, a couple months ago now.
Yeah.
I think I texted you guys about it.
No.
But, dude, I went there, and it was a couple, they're still active duty guys. They're I think one platoon or new guys. But they're fucking like hardcore Frogman to the core. So they were basically, everybody got kicked out, even though the team guys got kicked out. Everybody kicked out except for like us 5 dudes and like one chick and then the owner of the bar. And so they're back in the bar, like scrubbing, like taking care of everything, washing the dishes and everything. And then it was fucking shirts off, the old school, standing on the bar top, shirts off, and making the new guys recount the entire Frogman toast. And I felt super special because I was like in there, shirt off. I'm like, this is fucking Frogman shit, you know? I felt so good. I was like, it made my heart feel good. I'm like, oh man, it's still alive and well. And they did the whole fucking toast. And for you guys that don't know, that's like a 3.5 minute toast. I mean, it's so long. I had my drink up there. I'm like, I feel like a pussy. My shoulders starting to sore, bro.
I'm thirsty.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny too, because that toast gets bastardized and manipulated and kind of fucked up quite a bit. Like it's been,
there's different variations of it.
Yeah. Which they did a variation of it in that movie Lone Survivor. Shane Patton, the character that plays Shane Patton, who was killed in the helicopter crash, he stands up and says it, and there's different variations that are very fucking funny, you know. But some of you are just like,
was that the toast or was that just a speech? Because the toast I'm thinking of, it's like lie, cheat, kill, and steal. And it's like if you're going to steal a woman's heart, like if you're going to
I think that's
lie on the beach on a sunny day.
Yeah.
That's a different one. This one's about like driving 2x, 4x, 6x and those big motherfuckers.
It's like a speech, but
on the brakes. It's a long
and they're
one,
actually reciting the whole thing?
It's a long one.
It's like I've been around the world once. I talked to everybody twice. Saw 2 white whales fuck.
Yeah.
You know.
I gotta remember that. That is a good one.
It is a pretty good one.
Yeah. But there's different variations. People who like, you know, never, moderations for cowards, you know, never shoot a large caliber man with a small caliber weapon. But even that is, I think that's some bleed over from like, you know, some other fucking thing. Like there's a list of like Rogers Rangers list of,
you remember the 62 Frogman rules? I mean,
maybe that's
Frogman
it.
rules?
Yeah.
It's like generally like good, just man life advice. It's really good.
Like always carry a knife in case you have to stab somebody, or unless there's cheesecake. I remember who the fuck said that shit, but you're like, unless there's cheesecake.
Cheesecake is delicious.
That's my favorite fruit.
Yeah, we should. We'll get on the toast thing, but
well, and one of the things I wanted to say about whether it be Patreon or even just the podcast is we were talking about before we started. We're having a hard time walking around this fucking city anymore without being yelled at or chirped at in a really good way.
Catcalled.
Yeah, I mean,
Thick Nick.
Let's see that root. Like, whoa, shit.
But yeah, everywhere I go, someone's yelling Liberty Risk and just like figures up, and I'm like, who the fuck was that?
Yeah, like the vets. We went to the vets gala this weekend. Marcus Capone and Amber Capone's charity, and dude, I must have got hit up at least like 3 or 4 times. People like, there's a kid. I was coming out of the shitter. There's a kid past me, and he's like, "Hey," and I turn, and he's like, "You're a Liberty Risk show, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh man, nice work. It's just funny as fuck." And then last night I was at the SCSU game, and I was wearing the fucking World Tour short.
Yeah.
Which at the Vets Gala, I was wearing a fucking suit. Not that I was promoting the show or anything, but at least at the SCSU game, I was wearing the World Tour shirt, and I'm like walking, and I just hear Liberty Risk. I like look up there, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, there's a dude up there helicoptering his dick. I'm like, oh shit. That was weird.
Yeah, I saw somebody stopped me at the gym because I go to OPG in Pacific Beach, and
Yapka,
yeah. Other people's gyms. And he didn't know the podcast, but he saw the Libertas shirt, the World Tour one.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a Navy guy, so he recognized the term, and he's like, dude, what's with all the fucking places on the back? And then I told him like the story behind it. He's like, oh shit, I gotta check that out. But yeah, the merch is it's just fun to have something that like is an extension of what we're doing here in the community. It's so cool to see the community like reach back out and see it as well.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, this is a list of all the bars I've been in fights at. And the guy's like, really? He goes, yeah, your shoes untied.
Gotta add one to the list.
But should we while we're doing updates, should we mention when we had to pull an episode?
Oh yeah, I don't think I mentioned that before. I told somebody, but I don't think I said it publicly.
I don't think it's been on here. So if any of you guys are wondering, we had to pull MC's podcast, the Aussie, because as soon as he got back to his command, they immediately sent him all the way up to the top in order to get his ass chewed, potentially even kicked out of the military. And for what reasons, I don't think any of us really understand.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Because there was nothing classified. It wasn't the UBL raid.
Nothing was divulged.
Yeah, but for sake of sustaining his career, we took it down in order to. We take a knee for nobody, but we don't want to throw a buddy under the bus.
Yeah, exactly.
And especially
man.
the woke ass Australian.
For a continent based on criminals, I'm really surprised how fucking rule following they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. No shit.
Well, shit. I mean, even in recent years, when you remember who was the fucking tennis player that was supposed to go down there and play?
But he wouldn't
get the jab.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, sorry.
He wouldn't what?
He wouldn't get the fucking jab.
Oh, really?
Just to play a fucking a tennis match. Or I want to say, maybe I'm fucking it all up, but it was either they wouldn't let him into the country, wouldn't let him out of the country, or
like
some shit.
It was this big fight, and he's basically like, no, fuck you, I'm not doing it.
Yeah. It's some fucked up shit.
And Australia's like whining about it. Oh, please.
Yeah.
Just take the jab.
Yeah, some weak-wristed shit.
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy shit. Which, that would be another good topic. There's got to be some dudes that were in the military that we could have on that actually stood on their values and were either kicked out or because I know they were letting some dudes out or letting dudes back in.
Yeah, Bryce Henson. I can say his name now. He's out. I'm helping him kind of work on his website, and he's coming out with a book. But the book is all about former team guy. But he was a really, really big proponent and staunch supporter going to all the school board meetings because his kids were being, taught about gender fluidity.
Is this local?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Local guy, like I said, big father, patriot, Christian. And then NSW came down on him because he was going to all these board meetings. He was hiding his identity for a while, but he had all these PTAs and little secret Facebook groups, literally going directly against him, sending him lawsuits.
Yeah.
He told him that he wouldn't get the jab, so they threw him in the back locker somewhere and kind of took him out of the platoons, I believe. But he's a great person to have on this podcast, actually.
Yeah.
In order to kind of talk about how NSW has changed and how he really had to bite the fucking bullet for that. And,
that would be a good one.
And causes separation. I mean, he got out under honorable conditions or honorable discharge, but it wasn't for lack of a shit ton of punishment.
I wonder if all those guys were offered a honorable discharge, or did they make some of those cats get out with an administrative?
They probably threatened them with an administrative.
Yeah.
Because I know most of those administrative turn into an honorable after 6 months or some shit.
I think you can petition for it after a while. So, but still, it's like, bro, come on.
That's pretty fucked up.
Over not getting a fucking stupid bullshit jab. But I met him at Dave Swartz's Trident Table thing at his house. Yeah. Super interesting guy. Yeah, super cool.
Yeah, super well articulated and everything, and everything that he was doing just to keep his kids from essentially the California school systems.
Yeah. As much.
Which that's kind of a fucking weird thing for the command to come down on you. Dude, I'm actually giving a shit about my fucking family instead of. I mean, most team guys. I mean, I never went to any PTA meetings. I mean,
Yeah.
probably should have. You know,
Well, that was before Headseth cleaned house.
Yeah.
Fired that fuckstick Admiral Sands.
Yeah.
Oh God, that fucking guy.
I don't know him, but
I don't know him personally, but when I was at Danny's talking with those guys, they were cueing me in on like all the stuff that was coming down, and it's basically him pushing it all, and all the shit they're telling me. I was like, dude, fuck that guy. All the stupid bullshit woke fucking Big Brother stuff. He's at the center of it. He was the main guy pushing it all down. Naval Special
Sounds like someone's trying to turn into a politician instead of an admiral.
Yeah. Well, he just got the boot, and from what I understand too, they were putting some other. I'm gonna fuck up this. So I don't know which parts of this are true or not, but he was also responsible for. There was some chick that was going to be put in charge of a Naval Special Warfare detachment, something like that, and she was supposedly a cool chick. However, it should be a Frogman in charge of Frogman. It was really weird that like they were going to put this female O, but they were going to put her in there because they're trying to pave the way to have this chick. They're grooming to go to Buds, which of course they were just going to ram that down the throat of the
which I can understand putting a chick in charge of like a female engagement, whatever the fuck they call them, like female engagement team or some shit like that. But in terms of like, which I know they have like the whole SRT, and they have females that do shit over there, and like tacky W's and all that bullshit. But not to say it's bullshit, but all that stuff. And but yeah, it's just the culture is just fucking weird. Like if you appointed, I mean any fucking community, it'd be like a fucking group of pilots. And you put a non-pilot in charge of them, you're going to be like, why the fuck are you even here?
Yeah,
you don't even speak the fucking vernacular.
You don't know anything.
Yeah. You know?
Like we wouldn't be put in charge of a pilot program. I'm not a fucking pilot. I don't know shit about the fucking thing. You know?
They're like, oh, you're a submariner. Oh, yeah, great. Let's bring in a ship driver to be in charge of your fucking group. And you're like, have you been on a submarine? Like, what the fuck? It's just fucking weird.
Yeah, they throw common sense out the fucking window. Yeah. Shit's wild, dude. So we did get, in the Patreon chat group, we did get some questions. You guys want to go into them?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So this is from Brandon Wiederhold. This is 2 parts. I'll just read it and then we'll digest it. So thinking back on all the crazy situations you or your guests have described, what is the one near miss that in hindsight you were still genuinely surprised it didn't end much, much worse?
As far as like us or with the guest?
I think he's including all the guests as well. I mean,
well, I mean, the first one that comes to mind is Dirty. I mean,
that's true. I thought we were never going to see him again. I thought he's been forever in Serbian prison.
Yeah, I mean, that brings another one to mind. Well, 2 other people to mind. So there's Chris Osmond, who got locked up in
like Haiti.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, on
dude,
contract.
Osmond would be another good guy to have on the show.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he's in Vegas. Yeah. Oh God, he would love it. And then I just watched this other documentary about that Green Beret that tried to put on that coup or stage a coup in Venezuela.
What?
And
there's a documentary about that?
Yeah, it just came out. I rented it. It's like $6, but it's really fucking good.
Wow.
And he was like, "Yeah, I got this," and like you can just tell he's like one of us, and he's like, "You're a bad dude. Let's fucking kill you." And he was like having secret meetings with Washington and stuff. But then as soon as push came to shove and they found out, like it all kind of came down on him. But I think those international legal problems is probably one of the highlights of this can end a lot worse, because there's a Marine that was here in San Diego, drove down across the border into Tijuana with like an AR and a pistol or whatever, turned back around, and either way they busted him. So he was in Mexican prison for like 2.5 years while Clinton was dragging her ass as Secretary of State. And he ended up finally getting released after like 2.5 years. But I think all the rape and beatings took too much of a heavy toll, and he ended up killing himself.
Dang.
Didn't Trump actually give the dude a fucking grip of cash and like?
I think somebody did. Yeah.
I need to look that shit up.
That last exit before you go to Mexico, though, that sneaks up on you.
It does.
You're like, wait, what? And then you cannot get out.
You're like, wait,
bro.
what? Yeah.
Once you go past Dairy Mart, at that point, dude, I'm just pulling over in the lane.
Back up on the shoulder. You're like, hey,
I am not doing that.
Fuck that shit,
dude.
Yeah. Speaking of fucking funny Mexican fucking stories, this one crept up on me, but when I was a new guy, when I just got to the fucking team, And I mean, this is going off on a fucking tangent. But fuck it, we ain't got
Tangent
nothing
it
but
up,
time.
dude. Yeah.
I was just got to Team 5, and me and my roommate, we got a place over on College and University.
Mm-hmm.
It was over by SDSU, and he's the one. It's Jason Myers. He was my swim buddy in class 200, and he passed away, unfortunately. Fucking rest in peace. But he talked me into like, dude, let's get a house over at SDSU, because when he was going through Hell Week and shit, he's got a good friend, Ryan Cast. I became good friends with him, who lives up in Orange County, works for the Department of Agriculture, or did. I'm not sure if he's still working for him anymore. But so Jason, like, you know, after Hell Week, as you do, fucking. For me, I didn't do shit that weekend. I basically, like, we went through fucking Hell Week, and dude, I just remember I almost felt like I needed a spinal tap to take a fucking shit, because, dude, you start eating that pizza, they give you a fucking whole medium pizza dude. Yourself and a bunch of Gatorade, and fucking crash out, and then, like, you know, 13 hours later you wake up and you're like, oh, fuck. And then everything's numb. You like need help. Dude. Everything's swollen. You're like, so, but dude, Myers apparently fucking went up, you know, he had a room at this fucking house in SDSU, and fucking these chicks were like nursing him back to health. And I'm like, damn, that's pretty fucking
that's
rad,
a good deal.
You know? And so we wound up getting this house up there. And he was at 3, I was at 5, but we became friends with Ryan, who was in a frat up there. He was a Kappa Alpha. I think he was KA. Yeah, I'm sure their house is already fucking kicked off the fucking campus again. But and his girlfriend was a Delta something. But had all these fucking chicks, and they were, dude, so spring break comes around, and fucking all the frat and sorority and shit, they're going down to San Felipe, Mexico. I had this 95 Jeep Wrangler, and at the time, they're like, oh, we'll just drive down there. I'm all like, yeah, fuck it, it's Mexico. I had no fucking idea, dude. So we leave San Diego. It's me, Jay, Ryan, and this other dude, team guy. His last name's Coozer. He was in buds with us, and he was a little older, and he was like a second class, and he was let's say he was a CB, like Wilkie was yesterday.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
But he had been to station in Italy prior to that, so he spoke a little bit of Italian, which was very similar to Spanish. Mm-hmm. So anyways, we fucking get in the vehicle, and we're driving 80s, and you have to go through Mexicali. So you go through Calexico, Mexicali. We're driving down San Felipe, and San Felipe is on the fucking
east side. On the east side.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a long. That's like a 5-hour drive.
It was fucking long, dude.
Yeah.
So we're just driving along, and dude, like a dumbass, I had no fucking idea. Which luckily I didn't bring any guns or anything with me. Get rolled up by the fucking federales. They're not rolled up, but just, you know, checkpoints, and they're asking us questions, and dude, we're stupid enough to not know any fucking language or whatever, but. Luckily, Coozer was like speaking a little bit of jive to him, and dude, we go through this one checkpoint, and he's just like, anybody got any cash? We're like, what the fuck? Like, dude, we're getting shook down, and so basically we're like, come up with enough fucking cash, give them like $100. And they're like, okay, you're free to go. And we're like, you mother... And this is before you even need a passport to come or go across the border. So nobody had a passport or anything. But we keep going down to fucking Mexico, or not, to fucking San Felipe. We get down there, and we had this room. And, dude, funniest fucking shit, of course. We're down there drinking, and some dudes were like doing fucking whippets and fucking.
That's how I know this is a long time ago.
Yeah. Fucking head over the fucking bed, like sucking on fucking balloons full of fucking nitrogen and or nitrous oxide. Or was it CO2?
No, it's CO2.
Yeah, it's the fucking shit you make whipped cream with.
Yeah.
And so, dude, we're all fucked up, dude. We're drinking shit. And then we go to this club, It's in the middle of fucking San Felipe, and all those fucking sororities are there. So we're like, dude, this is fucking dope. And everybody's fucked up. There's one chick. I just remember one story. Chick fucking falls off like the second story, like goes to jump off this fucking balcony, and she falls. She breaks her fucking leg, dude. And she's fucking just blasted. Well, this fucking bar gets raided by the fucking federales
at that time.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Like literally,
it's like you at the strip club in Georgia,
dude. It's fucking weird. Like chick breaks her fucking leg, and people are like, "What the fuck is happening?" Next thing you know, it's like lights come on, whistles, like nobody move. Everybody's looking around, and I guess they were gonna just round everybody up and search everybody for fucking drugs. They were looking for fucking pills and fucking everything. So, dude. Fucking a bunch of us, dude. We fucking it was a bar on the beach. We fucking hit the beach,
hit the surf,
hit the fuck literally, dude. We're in the surf,
swam back out,
and dude,
come catch me,
dude. We're fucking swimming our asses off, and dude, we swam out to sea, and they're out there on the beach, they're shining fucking flashlight. Well, none of those motherfuckers were getting in the water,
no.
And you know, you hear them talking and shit, and we're like, oh fuck. Like, I wonder if they're fucking sending some boats over here, dude. So we're fucking freestyling like a motherfucker.
Start swimming
just
north, dude.
Keep going.
Swimming
and dude, we go around like this fucking, I don't know if it was like a point or some shit, but we get out and there was like the beach is the beach. It's fucking, seemed like flat, it was fucking
long,
forever.
wide, and flat.
Yeah. But we get out and, dude, we see lights like way the fuck down the beach. Like they had sent some dudes to like, try and fucking find it. And dude, there's probably 6 or 8 of us. We get out of the water and we fucking take off running, dude. we make it back to our room. And dude, it was one tiny ass little fucking room with 2 queen beds, and there's 4 of us in there. And then
cozy.
Yeah. And us 4 had driven the Jeep down. And then we had like fucking 4 other motherfuckers that apparently didn't decide like, I'll figure it out when I get down there. So they're on the floor, and we get in the fucking room. We're soaking fucking wet. And dude, there's like fucking 8 motherfuckers in there. There's already people in our bed, and we're like, what the fuck, dude? Yeah. And dude, so all 4 of us, dude, we're like, dude, this is fucked up. We're gonna need to get in the shower and clean up. So all 4 of us got in the shower to get. No, I'm just kidding. Like, keep going. Yeah. So, dude, that was some fucked up shit. But dude, the rest of the time we were there, I was so fucking paranoid. I'm just like, dude, I'd say I didn't drink, but dude, I was just like, dude. Everywhere we go, we're gonna get rolled up. I was just waiting to get rolled up by the fucking federales. They're like they had seen my fucking face or some shit. Like, I was like,
get the big one.
But yeah, it got to a point where I was just like, dude, I think we actually left like a day early. I'm just like, dude, I can't even have a fucking good time now. Let's just get the fuck out of here. So we drove back, and it was fucking pretty fucking crazy though. But I don't know why that fucking story popped in my head. I guess the fucking whole point about the fucking dudes rolling up that marine, but yeah, I mean, there's some crooked motherfuckers down there.
That's what I don't like about it. So my buddy James has a compound down in San Felipe, and it's nice, dude. So we went down there for his 40th birthday, and he's building stuff out. I mean, it's a legit nice spot, man. But he loves it because he just, you know, there's very little rules down there. Yeah. And he knows, like, oh, it gets pulled over. He's like, hey, some stickers. Like, he loves that kind of thing. Me, like, I like
infrastructure.
I like infrastructure. I like systems, so I can work within the system. And there, it's like, fucking, now I got to bring stickers. There's no, like, fail safe. It's kind of like shrugging your shoulders, like, well, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. Just figure it out, which I fucking hate when it comes to, like, my life, because my whole life is like that. But I like working within infrastructure because I know where the loopholes are. Yeah. I know where I can push, where I can pull. I know
dude, with fucking
rights.
federales, you never know what's going to happen. You either get shaken down for $100, you get pulled out of your car and they fucking chop your fucking head off. You're like,
right, and you never know, and that's what bothers me. But he loves it. So we went down there for his 40th birthday, and it's like a 5-hour drive. But the thing that gets me too is, like, if you're not prepared for it, there's a good stretch of, like, probably 2 hours where there's no fucking gas station.
Nothing, dude.
There's no, like, shop. Like, if your car has a flat tire, hope you have a fucking spare.
Yeah.
If your alternator goes out, anything happens to your car, you're completely fucked.
Yeah.
There's no AAA.
No.
There's no nothing. And thank God, like he's owns a mechanic shop, and all his buddies are mechanics. So thankfully, they could rebuild a.
Was he driving Lambo?
That thing would break in a week out there, or be stolen.
Yeah, he's got a baller 100 series, but he loves it, man. But for me, I'm like, dude, I felt, and there's no medical out there. So if you get anything, I was super paranoid about getting hurt because I'm like, dude, I don't want to fucking deal with trying to get some.
There was actually a fucking that reminds me of one of those fucking sorority chicks at it was Ryan's girlfriend at the time, Wendy. One of her sorority friends got blasted by a fucking stingray.
Oh yeah,
and like the most fucked up shit. There's like 5 dudes just like pissing on her fucking leg, literally on the beach, just pissing on. She's like, "What the fuck is happening? It doesn't even hurt that bad." Like, well. Doesn't hurt now.
I think that's one of the things I like the most about Mexico is we just become too reliant, dependent upon
the golden showers,
the urination tactics. But the maps, the infrastructure, the gas stations, the banks, the hospitals, and like I kind of like having those, and that's why we live here. But planning out like your fuel stops and everything, like I've done a spearfishing trip down there. And no joke, like the truck was like,
oh shit, yeah.
And I'm thinking I have to cross the peninsula from Bay of LA all the way over to essentially kind of like South Ensenada and then drive back up north. And I'm like, guys, we might be fucked, and we're in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
And sure as shit, my truck's like, and then I look and there's this old ass 4'5" Mexican lady standing there with this big old gallon of fucking gas on her shoulder, and I'm like, pull over. I'm like, give me all your motherfucking money and patches and stickers. And she hooked us up with enough fuel to get down the hill and get to the next gas station. I had 220 miles left in the tank when I left our hotel in order to go up over.
Damn.
Not one fucking gas station. 220 miles. Here you have no services for 50 mile signs.
Yeah.
There is 220 miles in the middle of the fucking desert. And I was like,
so James's Honda series is decked out though. So he's got like
spare fuel cans.
No, he's got I think he's got 80 gallons.
What is
in
it?
that thing?
100 series?
100 series Land Cruiser.
Oh, yeah.
I think they were for like 98 to 2007, something like that. Which I think I'm going to trade in my Sequoia for
like
one of those.
the Jack Carr special.
No, that's the previous one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
he has the 80 series, I think.
Yeah.
Which is fucking looks killer. The most beautiful Land Cruiser. But
I like the old ones, the boxy looking ones that look like good fucking Jeep.
Yeah. That's the 80. Oh, you're talking about the FJ40s?
Oh, the
Real-
FJ40s.
Yeah, like from the 60s.
Yeah, those are super cool.
Yeah.
They're so tiny though.
Yeah. I just remember there was a Buds instructor that had, I don't remember who the fuck it was, but it was fucking cherry. And I was like, damn, that's a nice looking fucking Land Cruiser.
Dude, they're building an 80 series at James's shop. Dude, if there was like a dream car I would build, well, I say this now, but I say this every 2 years, and then I sell it as soon as I can get it done. But it's a beautiful 80 series Land Cruiser.
You still got the Willies though, right?
I do, yeah. When it runs, it's a lot of fun. But you know the one what's Jack Carr's character in that series that he has? Reese.
James Reese.
Yeah, the Land Cruiser that he drives is an 80 series.
Okay.
So it's that, but it's got a pretty built LS engine in it. The suspension is like all custom. Like it's fucking nice. I think it's on 35s or 37s.
Well, there's this
thing is fucking beastie.
I think he got his built the same place Rogan has. I don't know if his is built by Icon, but I know he's got a couple other Icon built.
Icon is some dope stuff.
He's got like a Bronco.
Yeah.
And
Icon's my favorite.
Yeah, dude.
There's another for Land Cruisers. There's a shop that specializes in those.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like 150, 200 grand, like you'd expect.
But dude, he's got like a fucking, it's like a Land Cruiser with like a LSX motor and it's like fucking 600 fucking horsepower and a goddamn Land Cruiser, dude. You're like, Jesus Christ, dude.
That's what's up right there.
Yeah. So if I don't know, I'm debating what the next car is going to be, but I think that's fuck, man. It's so sexy, but I don't want to drive that daily. But I am looking at a T-top 3rd gen Camaro. I keep looking for one of those, like a 86 to 92.
Isn't Beto selling his Camaro? Or no, he has a
that fucking...
He's got a Challenger.
Challenger.
69 Challenger, I think.
Dude, he paid so much money for that thing, and it's a resto mod, dude. It is cherried out.
Yeah.
I think it's got a
horsepower.
Hellcat motor in it. And...
Yeah, it's beautiful, but like manual, like it's sick.
Yeah.
So we used it for that photo shoot one time, and I got to drive it like 10 feet.
Yeah.
The clutch on that thing is like 80 pounds. Like this is not like a comfortable car to drive.
Yeah.
But it's so
that's
sick,
man.
man.
That's how my Trans Am was. That 2002. It was
like
a
the WS9.
Yeah, WS6, but it was like the fucking dual friction McLeod clutch, and dude, it was such a pain to drive, but so fun at the same time.
Yeah.
Like I had these Simpson racing seats in the back for my kids, like these.
They're not going anywhere.
Kid seats,
like 3-point
with the fucking, and I had a fucking cage.
Yeah.
And dude, the kids are in there with like their fucking bike helmets.
Nice, dude.
It was fucking hilarious because
like
I'd like hit a curve. Like one time we're in there and like I think it was Ethan sitting in there. I go to hit this turn. His head's like bonk, like hits the side of the fucking cage. He's all like, oh, like that. I look back there. I'm like,
every time the kids got there, it was like riding in the Baja 1000.
Oh,
they're just like,
dude.
all right,
Yeah.
comms, radio check.
Yeah, no, seriously. Well, that's another funny thing because at the Round Top Film Festival, I went down there and Jeff Reeves.
Yeah.
So Jeff was down.
He's a professional driver.
Yeah, he works for fucking Aston Martin. Like
That's right.
I talked to him like 2 days ago. He's in Vegas, like prepping for the F1. But
that's it this week.
He's got this crazy fucking Humvee, a no shit H1.
H1.
No, I mean like it's a military like 1114 or whatever the fuck Humvee.
Shit, okay.
And there's like some company in Florida he bought it from, and it's all like gray, like Duraline, the whole fucking outside, and it's fucking gnarly. But if you get in it, he's got like headphones, comm set, and so he's driving this thing, and we're just like hauling ass, dude.
Your passenger's in a different zip code.
Yeah.
Like, hey.
But dude, the fucking looks you get, dude. He like pulls up in this fucking thing. People are like,
even in
holy
Texas.
shit, dude. Like, but
Can we take a quick break?
Yeah, man.
Clap on.
It's official.
Clap off. Clap on, clap off.
I was going to say
clapper.
something else about a car, but I forget what the fuck I was.
Well, dude, that is a pretty fucking rad thing because I remember that BMW you had too. That thing was a
the
fucking
E9.
screamer,
Fuck, dude. That thing
Who'd
was
you
so
sell that
sick.
to?
Some dentist in New Jersey.
No way.
Dude, it's so funny, man, because like it was so temperamental. I love that car because I designed the roll cage, and it was fucking sick, dude. They're like 550 horsepower in that thing, which was way overkill for that car.
It was like a 3 Series or 5 Series?
It was a very unique.
It
was an E9. It's the precursor to all the M series.
Oh.
And it's a very unique car. But
It was an E9?
Yeah.
So it's a Master Chief?
Well, it's a
Sergeant Major.
Typically a CS is what they're called, but a CSL is the light version.
Yeah.
But those are like $500,000 cars, so it was not that. But I sold it but every time I drove it, it fucking broke because it's such a Frankenstein car.
Yeah.
And the way that, because I bought it from this guy who owns Pure Turbos up in Oceanside, I think. Great dude, but he built the motor as like the showcase for like dyno. So totally fucking undrivable, right? So it's got a really high peak, but it's like a hockey stick. So if you try to accelerate, especially because you can't fit big tires on that. So you accelerate in first gear. If you go anything more than half throttle, it go accelerate, and as soon as it just immediately starts spinning. Even in third gear, be sitting in third gear and gas it and start to accelerate, and as soon as the turbo hit, you're going sideways. It's just impossible to fucking drive.
I think it's just a death trap.
Yeah, and then that's why I put the cage in it, because you could feel the car flexing, and you're like, oh, this is fucking way too much power. So I put the cage in it, but then it's such a Frankenstein car that every time I drove it, it broke. And then it takes 6 months to figure out how to fucking fix it. And finally, I'm like, dude, fuck this thing. So I sold it. But thank God I took like one last drive, and I'm videotaping it and videotaping it driving onto the trailer to get sent to the guy. And I had all kinds of fucking issues. But there's
the guy gets him like, hey, this car doesn't run. Like,
that's
bullshit.
exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened.
Like,
he gets it, and he's like, oh, this car doesn't run. Like, what's fucked up? I'm like, hey man, I know exactly what it is. It got jostled on the way, and what used to happen is the spark plug boot would come off with a spark plug, And one, it would run, but rough. Two, it's kind of
into the distributor or in the side of the motor?
Side of the motor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But because it's so fucking hot with the turbo, they had a heat shield in there.
Yeah.
So just getting your hand in there was a major fucking nightmare. So I told him, I was like, hey man, I've had this car for a long time. Here's the issue. And he didn't want to listen. He's like, that's not what my mechanic said. It's this other issue, blah, blah. I'm like, hey man,
shut up, you Jersey fuck.
This is exactly what the fucking issue is. You can believe me or not, like whatever. But he's kind of a dick about it.
Your check already cleared, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. Yeah, it was
Lemon
fine.
law.
But it was fun, dude. But I don't like. I liked having it, but I don't miss it.
Yeah,
I don't miss it at all,
dude. That's how my Trans Am was. I wish I still had that fucking thing, but dude, at the same time, it was such a pain. And dude, I only had like 35,000 original miles on that fucking thing.
Yeah.
It was the last year they were made, but it was just a fucking pain to drive, and it wasn't usable horsepower. Like it was like 700 something fucking horsepower.
Jesus.
It's like a stroked out LS1 motor. It's like a 402 super stroker motor, and then it had a D1 Pro Charger on it.
Oh fuck, man!
And dude, it was fucking just a beast. Like it had mini tubs and the fucking
nice, dude.
Like the fucking rear tires were like, well, I wouldn't say mini tubs. The fucking inner fender well like had the shit beat out of them. But dude, it had so many aftermarket fucking bolt-on fucking parts and welded fucking subframe connectors and just all this fucking shit. And
how much did you sell it for?
Fuck, I don't know. I think I got like, I can't even fucking remember. I think it was like 15 or 20K.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing that thing idling around. Yeah.
Which isn't shit. I mean, dude, I probably had 100K into that fucking car, dude.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the problem with cars like that, man.
Exactly.
So I bought a 91 Mustang Fox body it was a SCCA,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, race car up in Utah. And so I bought it and then brought it down to San Diego, and it was like fucking nice car. But so I built the cage in it. I bent it, notched it, the whole thing, and I had my buddy who's a pro welder like actually welded in. So, but a cage is a very personal thing with a car.
Yeah.
So at least in my mind it is. So I sold it when I had when I fucking baby mama put me in that position where I had to basically lost my fucking house, lost all my money. So I had to sell that thing. And it's the only car I've tried to like buy back. So it took me months, and I found the guy, got in contact with him, and I called him up. It's in New Jersey now.
What is it with Jersey?
I don't know, man.
Cars?
Dude, there's a big car scene in New Jersey, actually, especially with like Mustangs and Camaros. The big car scene up there.
Yeah.
So that's where it went, and I looked up, kind of stalker. I looked up the guy's house on Google Maps. He's got 5 fucking Mustangs outside his house. One of them is my car, and I could see it in there. Like, oh, that's the fucking car. So I called him and just like, hey man, like, number one, if you have any questions about the cage, like I built it because this is a very unique cage. So if you have any questions about that, like, I'm happy to help. And if you ever want to sell it in the next couple of weeks, like, let me know.
Today.
Yeah. So he didn't want to sell it. So I'm like, okay. Because it was between that or a T-top Camaro.
Yeah.
But I didn't want another Mustang. I wanted that one that I built.
Yeah.
But if he's not going to sell it, I'm just going to get a T-top Camaro and fucking jam that thing out.
Yeah. Dude, I had a Jeep before that, a 74 CJ5. Like tiny fucking wheelbase. It was like a fucking Tonka toy, dude. That thing was so fucking tiny, dope. Dude. But it had again, I bought the thing with my first reenlistment. I fucking reenlisted in Bahrain, so I got my fucking money tax free. Bought this fucking Jeep, and it already had a V8 in it. It had a 327 in it, but it was like kind of gutless.
Yeah.
And it had the converter for the transmission to the transfer case and shit. And so I put a 383 fucking stroker motor in it.
Yep. That'll change.
And dude, that thing was like a fucking torque monster, dude. But it had these Alcoa fucking wheels, 15 by 14, and it like
14 inches wide.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Dude, it was fucking insane. And like Tage wouldn't ride with me in this fucking thing because dude, it was like this shit. Like you're going over the Coronado Bridge.
It's like a Disneyland ride.
And I finally put like some sway bars and shit on it to where it was like, okay, upgraded the fucking suspension but dude, it was when I first got that thing, I'm like, dude, this fucking thing, like you would hit the fucking gas and it'd be like the front left tire would want to like come up off the fucking ground. And that was the fucking shit I was dealing with when we deployed to Iraq the first time. I had this, me me and Gabby had just bought this fucking townhouse we still own in San Carlos. And this Jeep, which you see an old Jeep, people are, it's sitting in our fucking driveway. Well, people will come by there, and the people we bought the house from had this old VW Squareback that sat there. So it had leaked oil on the fucking thing for so long. So, of course, you have the fucking homeowners association that coming by there. They're like leaving me notes. They're like, your car is leaking oil on the whatever. I'm like, no, it's not. Everything on that thing is fucking brand new.
Yeah.
It's not leaking anything. And I remember one time I came outside and somebody must have been like renovating their kitchen. They put these fucking glass shower doors underneath my Jeep to see if it was actually leaking oil.
What the fuck?
Nuh-uh. I'm like, what the I fucking picked these things up and hucked them in the street. Like, just busted all over the place. Fucking, I just left them there.
Yeah.
So, of course, then I get this fucking note. And they're like, yeah, you need to come to one of the HOA meetings. And that was the first time I'm just like, we are never getting into an HOA again.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part about living down in
my
IV.
fucking God,
I don't answer
dude.
to anybody.
Yeah. But dude, this lady, she's sitting there going, she goes, so your vehicle, it's leaking oil. I'm like, no, it's not. She goes, well, it is. I go, okay. First of all, prove to me that it's leaking. Like when I bought the house, like when did you ever do a walkthrough with me to
the HOA manager?
Yeah, like a pre-walkthrough
transaction.
Yeah.
She goes, well, we never did that, but I can see with my own eyes. I go, well, actually, the person we bought the house from had an old VW that was sitting in that exact spot.
Yeah.
I go, if you go rub your hand on the concrete, it's not going to be oil. It's a fucking stain on the fucking concrete.
Right.
She's like, well, what are you doing with the vehicle? I go, what? Why the fuck does it matter?
Right.
Why is it any of your business? She's like, well, I noticed it has a for sale sign out. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, well, how much are you selling it for? I'm like,
what the fuck?
I go, yeah, no,
$1 million.
dude. Seriously, I go, well, I'm selling for like $10,000. She's like, it's not worth that. I'm like, who the fuck are you, Kelly Blue Book? Shut the fuck up, bitch. She's just like, it's not worth that much. I'm like, shut the fuck up. She goes, there's some charities that you can donate your vehicle to, and they'll give you tax credit. I'm like, why don't you donate your fucking car?
Yeah.
Like, dude, we got into like this heated argument, and then there's this. There's another dude on the board, and he's just like, "Oh, this thing's getting off topic here." Yeah, and he's like, asking me all these fucking questions, and dude, I was just like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, it got to a point where finally I took the thing over to Gabby's mom's house, who lived in like mid city, and I had to just take it off the fucking property just to stop hearing from the goddamn HOAs. I'm like, you fucking cocksuckers, dude, are going to fucking be the death of me. I swear to God. I'm going to kill all of you motherfuckers and sit in prison. But, dude, it got to a point
I
where
really want to fuck the HOA patch. I mean, although I can't use it or wear it because I don't have one. But I'm so proud of the fact that I don't have one.
Yeah. Big pirate flag. Fuck the HOA.
Fuck the HOA.
I can see the need for some of them. Like, if you have a fucking, like somebody who's just leave shit in their fuccking yard all the time or whatever.
Paint your house purple or some shit.
We would legitimately, like, there's a pool attached to our, in our community. But, dude, we'd take our kids to the fucking pool. We come back and fucking throw a fucking towel over the railing. And it would literally be there, like, less than fucking, like, 4 or 5 hours. And we'd get a note on our door. Hey, you have a towel hanging on your railing. I'm like,
I know.
I fucking put it there. It's like, what the fuck? Just the most stupid fuck. I'm like, I get trying to do good, but there's a limit to that.
It just allows Karens to be the governor of their neighborhood.
Yeah. That's the thing. You give a small person too much power, and they will use it every time.
Dude, I'm like, God damn. And then it gets to the point too, like this community. Our HOA wasn't very much money. And then, when we first moved in, there was trees everywhere. There's grass. And there's like these awnings. Like when you come into the residence, they had like these trellises. Dude, they started becoming a little bit disrepair. course, the fucking HOA, they're spending so much on landscaping, which didn't make any sense to me. I'm like, what? I'm like, dude, I always see there's like 40 fucking landscapers here. I'm like, how many motherfuckers does it take to mow the grass and pick up a few fucking sticks?
Well, they're probably paying their family to do it.
Oh, they're just fleecing the fucking HOA for money. And then next thing you know, they take all these trellises down because they can't fucking repair them. Then they fucking hardscape everything because they can't afford to pay to fucking cut the grass anymore. They cut down all these fucking trees because they can't afford to fucking. So next thing you know, our HOA
it looks like you live in Tucson.
No, literally, it's fucking crazy. I mean, you get to a point where your fucking money doesn't. You know, and they raise the price, and then you're sitting there going, dude, we're paying twice as much as we used to
for half as much shit.
Yeah, exactly. And like, what the fuck are you guys doing,
dude? Kevin, you need to play chess, not checkers. Dude. You just need to be in charge of the HOA,
right? Yeah,
I mean, seriously,
fuck
why
that
why
shit,
the hell
dude.
not? Like, you would run it like with an iron fist.
Just go in there and bully him around, take the crown. I'm the fucking king of the HOA now, bitch.
I've got the conch, motherfuckers.
What's our next Patreon question?
Oh shit, yeah.
So the current one, we got another one. So there's two. So Brandon Wiederhold had a second one. It's a little longer. Actually, it's 3 questions, one for each of us. Let me see. Okay, for Ryan, when you look back at all the chaos discussed on the show, what's the single most expensive Liberty Risk event, not just financially, but in terms of lost time, reputation, or hassle that you personally witnessed or involved in?
That's a good question.
Probably the one you're going through now.
I know the one that was closest was when I was underage with the fake ID at jump school in the strip club with a strip on my lap and drink in my hand.
Oh, that had the potential to be fucking
titties in my mouth and got raided by the ATF and the DEA, but I got away with it. That was the closest because that could have completely changed the trajectory of my life. But for the ones that actually happened, I guess probably the Thailand incident was like the biggest one. That was a big fallout. We got in trouble for a big drug scandal in Thailand, and our sister platoon was
like, how many platoons were out there when that shit went down? Like 3?
Two platoons plus I think 2 SBU
2
units.
boat debts.
Yeah. So that was a big thing. Yeah, for me that was probably the biggest one. I think, did we discuss that? I know we discussed it on the Lost episode at your house. I don't know if we went over that before, but we're supposed to discuss it with Kajas, but it's just such a, like, it's not even funny. It's just kind of like, it just makes me pissed off every time I tell a story. Yeah. So the next one, he said, for Kevin, you advised on action films and high-stakes operations. If you could retroactively insert one Hollywood movie trope into a real-life chaotic Liberty Risk moment from your past, which cliche would you pick and how would it have disastrously failed? That's a long question. Do you understand the question?
No. Which cliche?
I'm sorry, who's this guy's name? Because, I mean, these are great questions. It's just...
We're not smart enough to answer them.
I will say, I mean, if I could wrap some of the shit into one, like, going into the film stuff, like I'm trying to figure out if he means like what shit happened in real life or what shit happened on film.
I think what he's asking is like if you could replace a property or Liberty Risk story or scenario and throw it into a movie to add to it.
Oh fuck, I don't know, but shit, dude. I know, I don't know if I've told this story or not, but the first time I went to fucking Captain's Mast was when I was a new guy. SQT. I think I did tell the story about getting fucking hit in the fucking, like, blast in the fucking face by this dude outside the Midnight Rodeo in New Mexico, in Albuquerque.
I don't remember.
I'll tell the story again. So we're out doing this fucking operation called Chili Flag. It was a big jump trip, and I'm at STT with Team 3 that was putting dudes through. So all the Team 1, Team 5, Team 3 were all at Team 3 going through STT, and there were probably, we probably had like 40 dudes in that class. And I just remember we go to Albuquerque, we jump in, and dude, a couple dudes one dude broke his ankle. A bunch of dudes landed in like fences and shit.
Oh shit!
And parachutes were all
like
fucked up.
Bad spots or like extra wind.
I don't know exactly what it was because, I mean, you're jumping at altitude in fucking Albuquerque, and so you hear
Halo.
This is static line.
No,
right?
this was static line. So this was so fucked. I I think we did one past static line, and then the guys that were free fall qual jumped in afterwards. Yeah. But it's, you know, you hear as a new guy, not being a jump master, like I'm like, I don't know, I'm just jumping out of the fucking plane.
Just jump out.
And so, like but you hear all the shit secondhand. They're like, dude, it was either a bad spot or the wrong altitude, like they didn't adjust, and either like jumping at like fucking 800 feet or some shit, and like dudes are, you know, not getting the carry for the canopy, or it was a shitty spot, or who the fuck knows. But so we had that incident, and we're staying, where the fuck are we staying? I think we're staying in the barracks on Kirtland. And dude, we had so many fucking incidences. We had this bus that we didn't have any rental cars, so we had this fucking bus, and like somebody fucking runs it out of fucking gas, and then they fucking they call a tow truck, which was like a civilian company. They come and tow this fucking thing to like their tow yard instead of like calling the motor pool on Kirtland and going, hey.
Oh, shit.
So that was another black eye. And then there was, and then of course somebody crashed the bus. It's just one thing after another, dude. We went to a University of New Mexico football game, and we had this bus, and fucking.
They think you're all the players.
Yeah, no, it's fucking hilarious. Like and it was a blue bus for the Air Force, and the opposing team was like blue because the Lobos, I think, are like red, white, and black. Fucking bus gets vandalized in the parking lot.
Oh no!
Fucking windshield fucking busted out of it. So then, dude, it's just one thing after another. So. Make a long story longer. It's the last night we're in fucking town. We were going to give these, and we'd been jumping, fast roping, rappelling, doing all this shit with all these fucking special operations, fucking, you know, 60s, 47s, you know, jumping out of C-130s and stuff. And I mean, phenomenal fucking training that I wish the team still did. Cause like, I remember in our workups, we'd do our air week, and it was a fucking just like very lackluster. Like we do like 1 or 2 jumps a day, and then it was just, or you get rained out, or you know, some other bullshit. So last night we were like, oh, you know, we'll get a keg. We're like throwing the squadron, fucking, you know, having, you know, giving them all the plaques and shit, because
with the pilots and everybody.
Yeah, the pilots and everything. Hey, thank you from fucking SEAL Team 3 or STT class, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, you know. And last thing, fucking the OIC of STT was this warrant officer. I still talk to him to this day. It's fucking funny as shit. He was like, nobody fucking get in trouble. Well, fuck you. So sure as shit, dude.
I thought a keg was a safe space.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, dude. There was some older chiefs and stuff that were in this class, like dudes who'd been like away and like
coming back for refresher,
coming back in, and dude, we're fucking getting after it. And you know, as a young guy, you want to impress these fucking old dudes. So of course, everybody, hey, look how much I can drink. You're like, settle down there, kid. So we're drinking. We fucking drain this keg. Then we decide, hey, we're going to the Midnight Rodeo, which was this fucking huge bar in New Mexico in Albuquerque. We get on the bus. We, you know, go there. We're hanging out, and this fucking huge fight breaks out. And I wasn't even involved in it, but well, per se, a bunch of us get kicked out. So we're fucking waiting, and I'd called. There was another dude that somehow he had a fucking car, and he was coming to fucking like he had a car in New Mexico. I don't know if his parents were from New Mexico or what, but I called the dude on the payphone, and he's like, hey, I'm in this black Jetta, like look for me. And he was like going to be coming around. He's going to pick up a bunch of us.
A lot of people fit in a Jetta.
Yeah. Well, so it was fucking funny.
Yeah,
so
cabin in there.
Well, yeah. Crayons. So some of these dudes were like, you know, some of these dudes were like, fuck it, we're just going to take a cab, and shit was taking too long. And so I see this fucking black Jetta go by. I'm like, oh shit. I fucking go out in the fucking parking lot, and it's not the dude. Like, this car parks. I'm all like, what the fuck, dude? I'm like, all right. So, dude, I start to walk back in, and fucking this dude approaches me in the fucking parking lot, and he starts calling me John somebody, and he starts saying that I'm fucking, like, keying cars, breaking windows in cars, and I'm all like, what the fuck, dude? So before I know it, this motherfucker hits me with his fucking, like, spring billy. Fucking,
what's a spring billy?
It's like a fucking
I know
a blackjack kind of thing.
Yeah, it's got like a knob on it, and it's on a spring.
So it's like a lead weight in there, and it just does.
It's like a sap, but it's on like a spring. And
they used.
Oh, dude!
What year was this? 72.
This is in 90, November of 96. No, wait. No, it wasn't. 95,
yeah.
November 95.
Oh, blowing a whistle at
Yeah. And so, dude, I wake up. He KO'd me. I wake up.
Shit.
There's fucking cops everywhere. I'm in fucking handcuffs and
snoring.
Oh, yeah. And I remember I was wearing this green shirt, had fucking blood all over me. We got to see if we can find the mug shot.
Oh, that'd be a good one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That
And,
should be a good t-shirt. Actually, we should. Do you have a mugshot yet?
No, knock on wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, I was going to say,
so they're fucking rooting through my pockets. They're still calling me John, somebody. And they're like, hey, we can't up to your old ways, John. I'm all like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? And I'm like,
you're on America's Most Wanted.
Yeah. I'm like, either I got the worst doppelganger ever, or so, dude, they're fucking rooting through my wallet, and they say they can't find my ID. And I'm like, dude, I know my fucking ID is in there, plus my military ID. And so,
yeah.
So they fucking take me.
John's got all these fake IDs in here, too.
Yeah, look at this fucking, said he's some guy named Kevin. Huh.
Says he's a SEAL.
What a loser. Take me to the fucking nearest, it wasn't the main jail, but they took me, I guess, some precinct. And of course, the warrant in charge of SCT shows up. And so they're asking me all these questions like, hey, if you agree to pay for this guy's fucking window, like, we'll just make restitution and you're free to go. And I'm like, I didn't fucking break anything. I was literally out in the fucking parking lot
waiting for a ride.
Yeah. And they were still like just puzzled. Once they found my fucking ID, and I think it was the warrant, who were like, why are you calling him John? His name is Kevin. And they're like when he said that, they're all like, huh? And they're like, yeah, well, he doesn't have any ID. And my wallet was like sitting on the desk. Yeah. He like opens my fucking wallet and pulls out, like, here's a military ID. It says Kevin. Here's a driver's license. And they're all like, what the fuck? Like they had no sense to dissect a fucking wallet, a billfold, and go,
no, he's John. That's it.
Shit. We thought those were credit cards. No, those are IDs.
Fuck, man.
But the one fucked up thing was, he wanted them to breathalyze me. And they're like,
wait, I'm not driving?
Yeah. He goes, you should give him a breathalyzer. And they're like, he wasn't driving.
Yeah.
They're like, we have no need to breathalyze him. And I guess he wanted documentation that was fucked up.
To throw back to command?
I guess.
It's kind of a dick move.
That was kind of a dick move.
Just by calling me by my first name helped, though. Thanks.
Yeah. Well, he did help me out in that respect. So finally, they're trying to get me sign this fucking thing, admission of guilt. I'm like, I ain't fucking signing anything. Yeah. They're like, well, we're taking you to jail. So sure as shit, they take me to jail, dude. And I'm in there, fucking orange jumpsuit,
no shit.
and like I'm. I go in there and it's like you're what's the fucking show, like
Prison Break,
90 Days In or whatever the fuck,
Scared Straight or something.
Yeah, but it's like you go in, it's like the fucking rotunda, and there's like cells on the bottom, cells on top, and it's like glass doors.
90 Day Fiance.
So I just go in and fucking the bed is concrete. There was no mattress or nothing, so I'm just like, fuck, I'm gonna go sleep it off. And dude, I'm in there and fucking get butt fucked. No, I'm just kidding. Best sex I ever had. No.
Somebody comes in, John, what are you doing back here?
Hey, John, you're back. Put this in your mouth till the swelling goes down. No. Yeah, so I'm in there, and then the next morning, we're supposed to be leaving fucking New Mexico. And Lou Langless, I don't know if you remember Lou.
I know the name, yeah.
So Lou was in training cell at Team 3. He comes and literally pulls me out of jail. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I'm supposed to get arraigned. They're like, no, your charges were dropped. No. They go, your charges were dismissed. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, all right,
done
cool.
That last night,
yeah, I'm like,
buggers.
So then we go get on the bird, dude. I'm still wearing all my old shit. I literally go meet my fucking STT class, dude. And all these dudes are on the bird. The bird's, when I think the bird's turning. Mm-hmm. And dude, I got this fucking green shirt on that's got blood all over it. I've since washed my fucking face. I might still have like a fucking, not a lump, but where it fucking,
an opposite of a lump.
In the skull. Yeah.
And
that explains a lot.
Yeah, which is fucking funny. I get on and everybody's like clapping, like, hey, like it was kind of like a rite of passage. I felt like a fucking total douchebag because I get on there. I'm like, yeah, I'm not supposed to get in trouble. But I knew in my heart, I'm like, dude, I didn't do anything other than drink a little bit too much, you know? Yeah. So I get on and everybody's like, good job, dumb fuck. They're like, get your shit on. Because we were flying to San Diego and we're jumping into fucking Trident DZ.
Oh, shit, yeah.
So we get in, I fucking throw my fucking chute on and.
Over your civilian clothes?
No,
I
changed the shit.
Ready, yeah.
And, dude, so fucking funny. We jump in, that's a wrap. And everybody's like, hey, we'll see you Monday morning. This is like a Friday. See you Monday morning.
Except can't
get
over here.
Yeah, no, that was all that was said. So I'm thinking, okay. So, dude, Monday morning rolls around. I'm fucking, and then we were starting like outboard motor repair or some kind of bullshit like that.
Super fun class. Yeah.
And so I just remember sitting in class and fucking the warrant comes in. And he's like, and we got this going on, and then he just stops. He's like, what are you doing here? And I'm all like, me? What do you mean? He's like, you're not supposed to be in this class. I'm like, oh. I'm like, look,
where would I
did
be?
We split? Am I supposed to be in another class? Thinking like, oh, good, maybe something exciting other than OBM repair. He goes, you need to go back to your command and talk to your CMC. I go, oh.
So it's not good.
Okay. So I go back and do my CMC. Which is fucking weird. Like, he didn't even reach out to me or anything. He just waited for me to go to
class.
Go to STT at another fucking command. So I go back and, dude, my fucking heart's like in my throat. I'm like, God damn it, dude. I fucking go and knock on the fucking CMC's door. And he's like, get in here. Get in there, stand in fucking attention. He's like, just fucking, what the fuck were you fucking thinking? Blah, 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 blah. Just unloads on me. And I'm like,
hold that, boss.
I'm like, Master Chief, charges were dismissed. I'm like, I didn't do any of this shit. And he's referencing, you're in a fucking another fucking state. These people were fucking helping us out by letting us train, and you're in a fucking bar parking lot with a hammer, fucking knocking windows out and keying cars, and I'm all like,
it was John.
I'm like, what the? I'm like, no, none of that happened.
Yeah.
And he was literally like, well, he goes, until you get the charges dropped, you're not going to be an STT. He goes, you're going to check in with the mastered arms. He goes, I'm going to see to it that you're on every fucking shit detail.
What a dick, dude.
And I'm like, what the fuck? I go, Master Chief, the charges were dismissed. He goes, that just means they got a year to build a case against you. I was all like,
build a case
really?
For that? Like, I don't know about that.
So, dude, sure as shit, I'm like, I go to the Master Arms. The Master Arms was cool as fuck. This guy named John Ingraff, who had actually done a platoon with Harry Humphreys in Vietnam.
Oh shit!
And then it came back in. So he was my sea daddy as the Mastered Arms, cool. And he actually he went to the CMC because the CMC was like, you're gonna check in with me every day. At this time, you check out with me this time. He didn't want me PTing with the command.
What the fuck,
dude?
man?
He's like, dude, you're just ostracized from fucking Team 5. I was like, motherfucker. I'm like, and dude,
that's some Team 1 behavior,
dude.
bro.
It was some fucked up shit. So, dude, the Seams or the Master Arms was just like, I'll make sure he musters, and he was just like, fuck this guy. He's like, I got you. Like, do your thing, and but I had to hire a fucking lawyer in New Mexico. I reach out. My brother knew somebody that like was from New Mexico that knew somebody that knew somebody, and dude, so hire this fucking lawyer. It was basically like, hey, the charge was dismissed. The guy's like, yeah. He goes, I don't know why you're hiring me. I go, well, they said it needed to be dropped. Charge needed to be dropped before I can get back into training. I'm like, they're literally trying to fucking push me out of the military. And the guy's like, okay, send me $2,000. I'm like, motherfucker, dude.
This was a lot cheaper back then.
Oh, dude, this was like $2,000 in like 1995, dude. And I'm a fucking.
That's like $10K now.
I'm an E4,
Especially your entire paycheck is $2,000 in a month.
Like barely able to like make my own fucking car payment, and fucking borrowed some money for my dad or something, and was like, dude, pay this dude. Literally like 2 weeks later, your charge case number blah 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 dropped.
Done.
I'm like, fucking motherfucker.
And
like,
you know what? You made up for it by maintaining your career.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
So well, then I go and I tell the CMC, and he's like,
all right, cool.
no, he's like, you're still going to captain's mast. I'm all like, what the fuck, dude?
What an asshole.
So then I go to the DRB, the first step, I go to disciplinary review board, and dude, it had taken, probably a couple months, and DRB, I go in there, and all the dudes that are sitting in on my DRB are, all the, like, most of the chiefs and shit from, like, training cell, and there was a handful of platoon chiefs in there. They're like, all right, tell your story. I tell them the whole story just like I told you guys, and they're just like, you were breaking windows, weren't you? And I'm like, no. Like, so I get to a point
why the fuck
where
would I break random windows?
Yeah. So and where the fuck would I get a fucking hammer? I was just in a bar.
Sitting there doing carpentry.
Some of the chiefs in there, they're like, did you win the fight? I'm like, I actually didn't even throw any hands. They're like, come on. I'm like, well, maybe. I don't know. I was pretty drunk. Sorry. But it was so fucking fun. Yeah. But I get to a point where I'm like, the Master Chief says, I need to get the charge dropped. I go, so I get the charges dropped. They're like, wait, what? I go, yeah, so I get the charges dropped. And they're like, wait a minute. So the charges are dropped. There's no charges pending. I go, no. They're like, do you have that documentation? I'm like, yes, sir. Right? Yeah, Chief, right here.
Fold it up 5 times in 5 different pockets.
Yeah, literally pull out the information. I hand it, and it was a senior chief. It was Doug Hucker, who the fucking kill house at La Posa's named for him, because he basically built out that fucking whole range complex. He was on my side big time and was like, ha! They're like, shit, we'll have this shit squared away today. They're like, dismissed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck yeah, right on.
About time, right?
Yeah.
Nope. He goes to the CMC. CMC's like, nope, this guy's a fucking shitbird. I want him out of fucking SEAL Team 5.
Fuck, man?
So what do? I go to, XOI. They're like, XO's like, I don't even want to fucking see him. So before you go to Mast, you have to fill out this shit that says you will fucking accept NJP. So and they're like, do you want some what do you call it? Some legal. Do you want some legal counsel and some legal representation? I'm like, fuck, I like to go talk to somebody. So I go over, dude, 32nd Street, go talk to the fucking JAG. They look through all my shit, tell the story again for like the fucking 50th fucking time. And they're like, you should probably, they're like, and I tell them, the CMC literally wants to kick me out of the team. And they're like, well, I mean, you don't really have anything to lose. They're like, if you legitimately didn't do any of this shit, they don't have any evidence that says you did. They're like, I mean, you could just request a court martial. And dude, so sure as shit, I go back and there's a box. It's like, will or will not accept NJP. I'm like, will not. And dude, the fucking CO goes fucking high order. He's like, this is a C command. He has to accept the fucking NJ, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, nope. And so then it's up to the command. They can either send it to a court martial, which if I get convicted at a court martial, then I'm basically like a felon.
Yeah.
Or, go to the brig for fucking 5
At least
years
you
or
get
some
a fair
shit.
trial, though.
Yeah.
Your command's not exerting undue influence for sure.
Yeah. So basically, they're like weighing the options and fucking, they're like, all right, fuck it, you're going to go to court martial. I'm like, motherfucker, dude. So this would take another, this rolls on for months.
Oh, my God.
The other thing, too, I'd made E5 in the process. They wouldn't fucking frock me. So they wouldn't frock me. The fucking...
Because then they can only bust you down to E4.
Right.
Yeah. These motherfuckers,
So
dude.
the career counselor comes in, who was a team guy at the time. He comes in. He just gives me my crow. At the time, this is the ones we would pin on.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, put these on. I'm like, no, they said they wouldn't frock me. And they're like, dude, you're getting paid. You're a fucking E5. Like, put them on.
Yeah.
I'm like, all
You
right.
don't have to face a command.
Yeah, which was another fuck up because then next thing you know, the CMC sees me with an E5 fucking crows on. He tries to fucking tries to bust my ass for being out of fucking uniform or some shit. I'm like, what the fuck, motherfucker?
I
I'm
thought
like,
this is the fucking SEAL team.
yeah,
What the
dude.
In the
fuck?
90s.
dude.
Yeah.
So this shit went on forever. I finally had my first hearing for my court martial. I'm in my whites. It's like fuck, dude. It's 96 by now. It's like over 6 months that this shit is dragged on. And I've been in the fucking mastered arms shack, like, the slats in the fence, the fucking chain link fence.
You just paint them.
I put those motherfuckers in the fucking
Just hand feeding them.
I'm like,
The brown ones
that
or the
was
green
me.
ones?
So, dude, they
fuck.
do my first hearing, and all my hearing was them essentially going through my LES, making sure all the paperwork was correct.
Explain LES.
Oh, so you get a leave and earning statement, or used to every month.
It's like your pay stub for the
yeah,
military.
yeah.
Exactly.
So they literally go through there, and it's just like time in service, March this or April, whatever. Rank E5, blah blah blah. It goes through all this bullshit, and then they're like, okay, we'll start jury selection. April,
Oh my God,
dude. This is in like
What
fucking
the
August. They're like, oh, start in April of. Oh, well, I was due to get out of the fucking Navy in like April of like 97. So I'm like,
Holy shit.
you've got to be fucking kidding me.
What's your claim to fame in NSW? I made secret fences.
Yeah.
Put all the slats in.
So, dude, ultimately, what it all boiled down to was, in the meantime, because I couldn't PT with I wasn't allowed to PT with the command. Dude, I was out just running my ass off. And believe it or not, I became a really good fucking runner. I was like literally just getting yoked, just working out on my own.
Might as well, yeah.
The mastered arms was like, hey, you might as well just sleep, eat, and lift, and I was just getting in fucking shape. And it got to a point where I think I had started PTing with the team, like just kind of like, I'm like, fuck it, what are they going to do type shit. And I just remember we did a monster mash where they dropped us off down at the IB pier, and it was a ruck run back.
I remember those.
And I fucking smoked fucking everybody. And the fucking CO was an old Vietnam frogman, and he was known for just being a fucking PT stud. And he used to like when I first got to the team, people would be like, dude, you got beat by the fucking CO. He's like 50 something. And, before long, I got to a point where I'm just like kicking everyone's fucking ass, dude. And so, of course, I'm in the fucking shower, which is where all deals are negotiated in the military. Dude, I'm in the shower. I'm like, rinsing my ass off and stuff. And the CO comes in there. I'm just like, oh, fuck, here we go. And it got to a point where I'm like, dude, I just kept my head down around the command. I'm like, dude, I can't look anybody in the eye. I can't fucking say anything to anybody. And it's sure as shit, dude. He comes in. He's like, hey, good job today. I've noticed you're starting to, you're fucking kicking ass. He's like, you're running. He goes, your runs are a lot faster than they used to be. I'm just like, yes, sir.
Shit
Yes,
else
sir.
to do,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
And so he starts revving. He's like, hey, what's going on with this court martial thing? And I was just like, sir, I don't really know. I'm like, well, I went to a hearing and they literally read off my LES and said nothing's going to happen until April. And he was like, yeah, that's pretty fucked up. He goes, so why don't you just come to Captain's Mast? I was like, why don't, or not? Yeah. I'm like, why don't I come to captain's mast? I go, well, considering everybody told me that they want me out of the fucking team, I go, I really don't feel, I don't feel like it's a good idea for me to come to captain's mast to get kicked out of SEAL Team 5 and either go sit in the fleet. I'm like, everything I've done up to this point would be for nothing, you know? And he literally was like, he goes, how about if I make a deal? He goes, I promise you're not. He come to Mast. He goes,
you guys are naked at this point?
Yeah. Yeah.
What kind of deal are we talking about here, sir?
Yeah. I'm just sitting there. No, it's like an open bay shower, dude.
Yeah.
It ain't like stalls where I'm like looking over the thing.
Yeah. I got prickly heat.
Yeah, dude. I'm like sitting there talking to him, my fucking dongs out, or, you know, my grown out foreskin. And, he's like sitting there talking to me, and he's like, could you stop fucking rubbing your crotch while I'm trying to fucking make a deal with you? I'm just like, sorry, sir.
It's a power stroke. Move.
So, yeah, he basically was like, hey, I'll agree to hear you out, hear your story. He goes, I promise you will not be kicked out of the team, and I promise whatever is done, you'll be in the next. There was an STT class starting at Team 5. He goes, there's a class starting in November, which was like in a month.
Mm-hmm.
There's a class starting up. He goes, I will promise you'll be in that class, and I will make sure you get into a good platoon, assuming everything goes well in STT. And I was like,
fair, cool.
All right. So sure as shit, dude. Rescind the fucking paperwork. Go to Mast. I'm fucking in my whites again. You know, go through the whole deal. For hand salute. 2, uncover. 2, you know, go through the whole fucking bullshit of fucking getting your ass reamed at fucking Mast. So he lists the whole story. He's like, well, good story, Petty Officer Kent, but I'm going to have to take under advisement my command master chief, and I'm going to bust you down. I'm like, motherfucker. So he gave me a suspended bust to E4. So he goes, if you don't fuck up in 6 months, he goes, this shit will go away. So you'll still be in E5.
All right.
And so that's basically all I had. He didn't take any pay or anything. I was just like, oh, thank God.
All right.
And the funny thing, too, was he had a fucking, my first good conduct medal that I had earned because I went over time. So by the time I got busted down, I'd already got my first good conduct medal, which is fucking hilarious. I still have to this day. He wrote on the back of it. He goes, I didn't want to award this to you in front of everybody in fucking quarters. So he handed that to me and shit. So basically I was out of trouble, but I got a suspended bust. And then I went to STT and got my bird and went to a platoon. But I'm just like, motherfucker, dude.
It's unnecessary bullshit.
All that fucking bullshit for literally getting my ass kicked at a fucking bar.
Right.
We got to find that fucking that mug shot.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah.
Way to answer that Patreon question, Kevin.
Yeah, no shit. How long was that? Like fucking 17 fucking hours?
Not longer.
Yeah. So, in answer to your question, go fuck yourself. Brandon Wiederhold? No, just kidding. That's a good question. But for you, thinking of all the bad decisions you guys catalog here, what's one moment when the immediate gut-wrenching realization that I've made a huge mistake actually led to a positive, unexpected outcome, Nick?
Good questions.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, shit. This guy must be a lawyer or something.
I know, right? Damn, dude.
I don't know. Next question. No.
I'm obligated to answer it. Bad decision to a positive outcome.
I guess like the you know, or maybe it could be something that you wanted that you didn't get that ended up being good.
Yeah, I guess moral of that story, right, is there's been quite a few times in my life over, probably the past like 10, 11, 12 years since I've been out, where I've thought that I couldn't be any lower right now. Like I couldn't be more fucked. I couldn't be more financially fucked. I couldn't be in a worse marital position, financial obligations and all that stuff. But what I've come to find out is when you make the easy and comfortable decisions up until you're in the hardest position that you're in. And then that harder position, there's, it can't get any worse than that. And so then there's only up that you could take. So I think it was, to answer the question, probably the getting out, I would say, was a bad decision that turned into a great one, due to, all the friends and career development that I have now. And especially the marriage, my last marriage, where I was a pussy, like straight up, I was a pussy, because she kind of made me feel that everything that was wrong in the marriage was my fault. And a lot of it was, but I think that...
Isn't that what they always do?
Yeah, exactly. And then come to find out it's not, but...
I said rub my feet, bitch!
But I didn't want to pull the trigger on a divorce due to everything that had to come with it, right? Everything that was tied to it, all the legal battles and arrangements and the fucking counseling, and then like the splitting of 0 motherfucking assets.
Yeah. Well, there's a huge fucking stigma associated with divorce too. Yeah. I mean, you feel like a fucking failure. You're like,
and our
dude,
friend circles
are
all all the same circle. It's like she went to her girlfriends and I went to mine. Like it was a big blow up.
You went to your girlfriend's, she went to hers.
Yeah, it was called Baghdad on the embassy. God, she probably does listen to this. But yeah, I'd probably say that. I mean, there was a lot of fault of my own, but kind of coming full circle, and essentially just ripping the Band-Aid off.
Yeah.
And then being put in a position where you're like, all right, well, I'm not doing that again. And the only way to go is up. So now I have to, restructure and refigure life out.
Yeah. And there's a lot to be said for, reaching that point of rock bottom, because most people won't make change, because change is uncomfortable.
Oh.
So the only point that most people will make a change is when staying the same is more uncomfortable than the uncomfortableness of changing. And for most people, that, like, it depends how scared they are of change, which most people are really scared of change. That's why most people won't do anything until they get so fucking deep in it that they're just like feel overwhelmed.
You have to.
Yeah.
Something physically makes you, and that's another fucked up thing too. Like, I don't know if you went through this with the whole Thailand abuse. Thailand wasn't.
Felt like abuse for sure.
Thailand. Yeah, the whole Thailand thing. Like, but dude, like I remember going through that first thing where, I mean, it's hard to fucking hold your fucking head up, man, because everybody's looking at you. And that was one of the cool things. I had several chiefs and warrant officers and stuff at Team 5. Like, I remember Rick Holman was he was the training chief or training officer at Team 5, and he was a CWO2 or CWO3. And, legend in the fucking teams. And I just remember he was the guy that he came and he goes, hey, fucking hold your fucking head up. You got nothing to be fucking disappointed in. And he goes, if you want to fucking, if you want to change the outcome of all of this, he goes, then prove them wrong. And I was like,
it's the best advice you could ever get.
And that's when I started going, you know what? You're right. I'm like, fuck this. And that's when I started PTing with the command again. Mm-hmm. And I was just crushing shit, dude. Like, just, I wouldn't show up hungover like I did in my first platoon. No, but it's easy to, kind of, when you're under a fucking microscope, it's like, dude, okay, I'm going to fuck. You can either be a shitbird and go, fuck it, I'm already enough trouble. Yeah. I'm just going to fucking fail. Or you rise to the fucking occasion and fucking crush it. Because, it's hard to fucking be around your brothers at a team when, I mean, you feel like you disappointed those guys. And I felt the same way when our fucking platoon was disbanded. And then I get a DUI. And they're like, oh, you're going to Yuma. Man, I could not get out of that fucking command fast enough. I mean, I've been at fucking SEAL Team 5 for over 10 years at that point.
Yeah.
6 back-to-back platoons.
That's a big gut check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, 6 back-to-back deployments. And I felt like the biggest fucking piece of shit in the fucking world. It was like, dude, I got to get the fuck out of here. Because I'm like, dude, I can't even fucking hold my head up around this fucking place. I remember that.
So they sent us back this was at Force 21. It was already going on. So the whole team was deployed.
Yeah.
So they took our new guys, because apparently our new guys weren't tainted. So they took our new guys and sent them to Iraq. I'm like, I'm sitting on my 3rd platoon, having done shit. I'm like, you motherfuckers. I'm like, I didn't get in any trouble.
Yeah.
I didn't pop on anything. I'm like, let me fucking go with the boys. They're like, no. So they sent me back to the command with, there's nobody there except a couple techs and me and a couple other guys that got in trouble. And like, they had me like installing door stops and like sweeping just like doing maintenance shit. I felt like such a fucking bitch,
it's like reporting to the master at arms
and there was,
type shit.
It's that same thing. It's like guilty until proven innocent. Nobody gave a shit that I actually didn't do anything.
That's the difference in the military.
And that must be
until proven
it's like the lowest
so
common denominator, because they did the same thing because that was like Beto and Dirty and those guys. They're like, we're going to take all the new guys because they haven't been fucking, like you said, tainted.
Yeah. And
they put them with another head shed, and they roped in a bunch of other team guys that were, lack of better words, like not in a platoon, like they weren't like hanging out, like, but they were, but yeah,
between schools or whatever.
Yeah. I was so pissed, dude. The lack of support, the lack of like anything. Did I tell you my going away speech at Team 1?
No.
It's kind of funny. So like, normally at the command, when you leave, they'll give you like a plaque or a paddle or something like that. So I didn't get any of that shit. But they also like call everybody to the quarters. I think we do it every Friday. Call the quarters, and everybody's in uniform, like just cami uniform, not like full uniform. And they do the whatever business of the day. At the end, whoever's leaving, they're like, hey, do you have anything to say? Whatever. So like, Williams is, I think I was at E5 at the time. But Harris Williams is leaving. He's going over to Bud's. They call me up, and I was fucking like pissed, bro. This whole time, last couple months, I've just been fucking fuming all this shit. And his commander was Otsky.
Yeah.
Was a XO at the time. He's actually super cool. He's badass. He was one of the only dudes that was like, he was really cool.
But it's like one of those things too, where they hadn't really like vindicated you, right? But they hadn't brought charges against you either.
There's nothing to charge.
Yeah.
Because I didn't pop for anything.
But at the same time, they never like really came out and were like, hey, sorry we sent you to the fucking penalty box for
no reason.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about the military. They don't need a reason. They just like, fuck whatever. So I'm pissed, and I'm like, so I go up there like, hey, do you have anything to say to any going away words to the command? I'm like, yeah, y'all can go fuck yourselves. And he's like, really? I can go fuck myself? I'm like, no, so you're cool. But everybody else can go fuck themselves. And that's word for word what I said. And I was like, dude, fuck you. That's it. And I left. And then it was like a whole different chapter. It was like being an instructor. And
they didn't give you like a plaque after that?
Fuck no, man. No. Go fuck yourself. Goddamn thing, dude. But yeah, and then that transition to being an instructor was a whole new, because I was a new project for me, and I had to be a new guy again to learn to be, because you can be good at something, but it's a whole new thing to be a good teacher, and I was not a good teacher.
It's hard.
Yeah, so it's a whole new skill set. So that was actually really good that I had a new thing that I could learn and process. So, but yeah, I was fucking, it sucks going through that, especially when it's from, you're getting shit on by the people that you value their opinion, that you thought were friends.
And the fact too that you probably did the right thing by, you didn't rat anybody out.
No.
You basically were like, look, yeah, maybe this shit's fucked up, but I'm not ratting on my brothers, and I'm not, taking fucking Molly and dyeing my hair fucking red either, and acting like a complete fucking dipshit.
Like I did.
No, but I mean, that was like one of the,
that's what they're saying.
The OIC was like,
Hobbs did go off the deep end a little bit, but he was already blonde. So like, oh, he dyed his hair. I'm like, he's already blonde. Like, it's not that big. He did fuck up.
Did he dye it blonde, or did he dye it like blue? Or
I think he
shit?
made a little bit more tips or something like that, but it wasn't as outrageous as like.
Right. Of course, you hear shit and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah. That was a whole different thing.
Can we take a quick break?
Yeah.
Yeah. An extortion.
Oh, no
Extortion
shit.
17.
Oh, fuck, man.
So I think the next time I saw that guy, me and some buddies, we drove out to Tucson for SDSU was in like the Sweet 16 or some shit. We drove out to Tucson for a basketball fucking thing. Mm-hmm. We wound up at the Trident Grill and fucking.
Dude, that's a great place.
Yeah, so Gold Squadron's out there fucking yarding in.
Oh shit!
And so all the dudes from that troop that basically were fucking killed with Extortion 17 were there. Mm-hmm. So we're there fucking partying with those dudes. That was literally like 6 months before that shit happened.
No shit.
Yeah. So it's pretty fucked up. And that was the first time I'd seen fucking Lou since that shit happened. And I'm sitting there reminiscing. And he's like, "Oh my God." He's like, "You're still in the teams?"
Is Lou the owner
Still got
of
Red
Trident
Stripes?
Grill?
No, Lou was the Master Chief of that squadron.
Okay. You know the owner of Trident, right?
Nelson Miller.
Nelson Miller.
Yeah.
Would he recognize your name?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Because my dad lives right down the street from one of his Tridents.
He's got like three or four of them.
Yeah, he has like
and
three
then he
of them.
has the pizza pub, which is literally like right on campus too.
Yeah, dude,
cool.
he's got a good little spot down there, or quite a few spots down there.
Yeah.
Because my dad's taken me one time. He was like, "Oh yeah, there's a guy."
Yeah, Nelly's a good dude, man. We brought him in on Transformers 5.
Did you?
Yeah. So when we were telling those stories, I can't remember no, I think I was telling that story to somebody else at the film festival, but we brought in a group of guys, the team guys that were supposed to be for Transformers 5. It was like Todd Sharbut, Nelson Miller, Jared Shaw, who now is the executive producer of the Terminal List, Remy Adeleke.
I like Remy. Actually,
great,
Remy
man.
wants to come on the show.
Dude, he's
Does
great,
he?
man.
Yeah. We
Glad
did
to have him on.
Dave. Was Dave Hartzell part of that original group? Anyways, we're this original group. We go do the Arizona piece where they're blowing up shit. And then we do something else. And we had a 6-week deal on the back end to where we're guaranteed to have 6 weeks of SAG weeklies. We get to Detroit, and I think we're in Detroit for like a week, and it's right before the 4th of July, and it's like I just remember we're at the Townsend Hotel, and Michael Bay comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, Kevin, when's the new group of team guys getting here?" And I'm like,
To replace the old fucks.
I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Yeah, there's new guys. Like all you guys are gonna die off." I'm like, "Oh fuck!"
Are we talking about the movie? Or?
Not that I'm ever privy to a fucking script, and even most Bay shows, like a lot of it's very secretive, man. Like,
Is it?
Yeah, it's like trying to get a script's like fucking, pulling teeth,
No
man.
shit.
Get the Colonel's recipe, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I'm like, I'm not sure, and Bay's like, basically like, "What fucking good are you?" I'll ask Harry. So he goes over to Harry. He's like, "Hey, Harry, when the next group of team guys coming out?" And Harry does the same fucking shit. He's like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "The next group, the guys that are going to do all the water work." And Harry just points to us. He's like, that's them. Bay's like, no, those guys all die. And like Harry's like, looks at the producer, Ian K. Ian K? Yeah. Ian K. Ian's like, I don't know what he's talking about. And ultimately, Bay was right. And like we were saying yesterday, Bay is the smartest motherfucker on the film set. He knows where the story goes.
Yeah.
And there had been some script changes and shit. And in his head, everything lined up and made sense. But to anybody else, like, well, not me, because I didn't read the fucking script or even get a script. And I'm sure Harry got a script and probably didn't read the fucking thing. Because it's like Transformers.
Yeah.
In a world where fucking transformer machine robots turn into cars, I'm like, fuck this. You're not going to read that whole fucking script,
Just let me know what I need to do.
Yeah.
What do I shoot?
Yeah. So, it was fucking weird, man. We all got sent home. Well, I didn't. Me and Remy were the only guys that stayed. Everybody else were like, "You guys are done." And like, guys were like, "What the fuck, huh? What do you mean?" And those dudes we all wound up like 6 weeks of shit. And then we brought the new guys on, the new team. And like the producer was like, "Dude, we can't give those guys the same fucking deal they had because I didn't even expect these guys to be getting a deal."
Right.
We didn't budget for this.
Yeah. So
oops.
It was fucking weird. Do we want to ask another
important,
question,
man? Yeah, there's a couple good ones coming up.
Oh shit.
Who wants to read them off?
Well, there's the next one. It says, "What primary motivation got you through training as rough as buds, whiskey pussy, hating a parent?" Yeah.
I'm glad you followed it
Dude,
up.
for mine, I'll answer it real quickly.
Yeah, mine's pretty quick too.
Dude, I literally every person I had even mentioned anything about going to buds too, like they're like, "Oh, you're never gonna fucking make it." I was like, "Fuck you, motherfucker!" I'm like, so for me, that was a big motivator, and I literally was like, "Dude, I don't want to go back home, face any of these fucking assholes that doubted me."
You're thinking nothing worse.
Yeah, which not to say, I mean, fuck, I've probably been home maybe 10 times since then. You know,
where is home useful at the time?
Tennessee, Paris. Right.
Yeah. So you use every bit of motivation you can get, man. Yeah. The good, the bad, the ugly, all of it.
What was yours? Whiskey or pussy?
Strippers. I couldn't even drink at the time, dude.
Or hating a parent.
No, my parents are pretty cool. No, honestly, it was I just wanted to see if I could do it because the more I researched it, the more I respected SEALs, those guys. Reading the books and all this shit, and I wanted to respect myself as much as I respected them. So that was a big piece of it. But also going through, I knew that I'd trained my ass off, and I thought I was like as ready as I could reasonably be. But I knew the training was going to be hard, so I was just going into it hoping that what I was willing to give to the program was slightly more than what the program was going to ask of me, and it ended up being exactly that. There's a lot of luck to it as well, as you know.
That's a big thing. A lot of people don't understand. Like, and even when I was an instructor, it's one of those fucked up things where, I mean, I think more so when I was an instructor of third phase versus being an instructor at SQT, because SQT, it's a long fucking process, and there's shit to where, there's dudes that we've got rid of in like either land warfare or CQC, to where I'm just like, yeah, man, you just didn't cut it.
Yeah.
But then, like, in fucking buds, because I was like the weapons chief, and we do like the first 2 weeks, or we do a week of weapons, week of demo, another week of weapons, week of demo, and then they do like their FTX shit. And that was all at the island. Like pre-island, it was 2 weeks or a week and a half of land nav.
A surprising amount of procedural stuff.
Yeah, but it was fucking crazy to me. Like, we would do the stuff on the range. And I mean, a dude would like, I think you had to shoot sharpshooter with either pistol and rifle. You had to shoot sharpshooter. And we tried to get these guys to expert as much as we could. And I just remember there were dudes, I mean, like, you have a red cunt hair between his fucking bullet and the fucking
pass and failure.
Yeah. And dude, I'm like, just give him the fucking benefit of you fucking hugger.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. I'm like, dude.
No.
It's the end of fucking buds, bro.
Yeah.
This guy's going to have fucking 8 more months of shooting.
Yeah.
I'm like, you really want to get rid of a dude? He could potentially be a fucking pipe hitter, a good he could be a shitbird too, but usually you can tell those guys, you're like, he didn't get along with anybody in the fucking,
some dudes you can't wait for them to fuck up because they need to go.
Oh, yeah. Those guys are like, another safety violation. Well, pack your shit, buddy.
Yeah.
But
and you're like, thank God they fucked up because you've just been waiting for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have guys that legitimately, you're like, man, you just, like a gray man, or, it's like, dude, you're struggling, but you're fucking making the standard.
Yeah.
Or you're damn near making the standard. I'm like, dude, I don't want to fucking not only did I not want to cut somebody loose because of that, but dude, doing the whole board and shit, like, that's a lot of work,
man. Yeah. And then you're like, I don't know, man. I think buds works best when there's the flexibility the instructors have to use their own perspective.
Well, without the training creep as well. I was talking to somebody about that shit, to where you're like, almost kill a fucking guy, like throw him in the slushy, and then the instructors forget about the guy and go to the hell box. They come back, and guy's been the fucking day. Like, I didn't want to get out, instructor. And you're like,
oh, sorry about that.
Like, dude, fuck.
Yeah.
How about you for Army training, sir?
No, nothing like it. RSLIC is more of skills and not like pain or determination. Actually, all the schools I went through were kind of like, not much of like selections, right? It was more just like learning.
Yeah. But
what I will say too, especially and kind of what brought that up, and you guys brought up luck, is sniper school. You're completely dependent upon your partner.
Yeah.
Right. So your pass and fail success rate is purely dependent off your spotter. I mean, it's easy as fuck to pull a trigger. But when you got another new guy calling wind, and like you don't really get to switch out your partner, you might be able to kind of raise your arm, and
we're not seeing the trace.
Yeah,
yeah, and like now you don't know where your follow-ups are. Miss 3, 2, 1.
Like, give me some corrections, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. He's like,
Grace, they're like, hold harder. What the fuck is that?
Hold harder, right?
Okay, thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Are you calling your shit? You're like 3 o'clock. We're like, nope. We're like, no, what? I didn't see your trail. You're like, fuck.
Yeah,
I didn't see your splash.
So
I didn't see your vapor trail. Let's see.
Yeah.
Where did you guys go to sniper school?
So I had an MTT because the Army ended up getting smart. And MTT, do you guys have?
Yeah.
No, it's MTT.
So it's like
mobile training team.
Yeah,
or
mobile
some
training
shit?
team. So they brought sniper school out to Fort Carson, and the reason why is we were getting ready to go to the Kunar. And for those that don't know, Kunar province in Afghanistan, it's where Operation Red Wings happened. Very high altitude, very sketchy, very rocky granite terrain. And so they didn't want us to get deacclimated because we were so close to going on that pump. And so they wanted us to kind of stay at a 7,000, 8,000 foot elevation, as opposed to going down the swamp. So I did it in Carson, which arguably, I mean, all of our instructors are still from the schoolhouse, but arguably it might have even been more difficult because now we had to do stalks through cactus.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
And I hate cactus. Like there are two things to make me ring a goddamn bell, and that's cactus and mosquitoes. And it just depends on how long and how much. But yeah, that was tough. And then working with different environments of what kind of veg do I use, and I'm sure as fuck not cutting a prickly pear and putting it on my ghillie suit. But yeah, I did that there. And then RSLIC was also an MTT, but I think RSLIC was it's like our recon school. It stands for Reconnaissance and Surveillance Leaders Course. But that was probably the most information I've ever swallowed in like 8-10 weeks or whatever. And then one of the times was, so we had to do human SIGINT. And so our human evolutions that are going through sniper school at the time. And did I tell this where I vegged up with poison oak?
I don't know.
On my ghillie suit. So I'm going through it.
And not on purpose, right?
No. I had no idea what it looked like.
It's going to be hard, bro.
No idea what it looked like.
Gotcha, bitch.
I was the one guy in my RSLIC class that had gone through sniper school. So I had my ghillie suit and packed it up. And we had to low crawl in this unit, set up an ORP, and then go up there and take some quality photos. Well, me also being a prior photographer, they're like, "Oh, you're taking the photos, and you got the ghillie suit, so I'm the guy." And so I'm going through, I'm kind of switching up veg, taking off my jacket, and I vegged it up with poison oak, and I'm just sweating bullets, dude. And then finally get up, take some baller ass photos, knocked out the ISOs and the shutter speeds and all that. And then come back.
ISO 15,000, obviously.
Yeah, just like you.
Perfect setting.
But dude, I come back to our barracks building, out in the middle of nowhere, dude. And I'm sitting there just oh my god, this feels so good, dude. I'm like a dog, fuck yeah, just keep it going. And then it ended up swelling up so much, they almost kicked me out.
Oh jeez.
I had to get steroid shots, and I'm very reactive, poison oak and poison ivy. So that was a hard lesson learned.
Oof,
yeah, that's some
rough,
fucked up
man.
shit, dude. I hate fucking. I'm the same way. That's another reason why I'm not going to fucking Tennessee anytime soon, man. Bugs, humidity, poison ivy, poison oak.
I'm good.
Dude,
Yeah.
I just remember growing up there, going through Boy Scout camp and shit. I'd get bit. I'd be fucking grab a knife, dude. I'd have fucking sores all over my legs and shit. And people would look at me
shit,
Jesus
dude.
Christ, you fucking leper.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm comfortable with California here, bro. So he had another follow-on question for Nick was preferred long gun platform as a civilian, and have you ever been to the Huddle House on Fort Gordon in Augusta, Georgia?
I've never been to Fort Gordon. I have been to Augusta, but no, I'm not familiar with the Huddle House.
And I have been to a Huddle House.
Is that like a Waffle
I have
House?
been to a Huddle House.
Yeah.
I mean, so here's another thing. So I used to be stationed in Grafenwehr, Germany, and during World War II, Hitler decided to train all of his Nazi SS in Grafenwehr. And the reason why is because he had a meteorologist that worked for him in order to kind of, help his strategic planning and stuff, and determined that Grafenwehr had the worst climate in all of Europe. Obviously, aside from Eastern Bloc Europe. And so we would get like Tahoe levels of snow in the winter, and we would go out there and train in the winter. Fucking shit, dude. Like, I've never been so cold my entire life. And we're like level 5, like all the way up. Like, I can't even put my index finger through the trigger well, like in my M4.
Yeah.
And so
mittens on.
Our huddle house, dude, we'd find these old, they were like Nazi kind of like, they're almost kind of like a guard shack, but they also use them as like hunting cabins or like safe spaces because they have black boars out there in the Black Forest in Germany. And these boars will like straight up come at you like big old like hanging tusks off the side. And like, dude, there was some like soldiers that got killed out there.
Yeah, boars are no joke, bro.
Yeah, and so they would hide in these cabins or like sleep in them at night, like just like sitting up and would like stay away from the boars. And so we would find one, and they're like, long halt, and while the LT's like turning his fucking map, and so and we'd get over there, and like all 5 of us are just like sitting there, and like guys are like coming on top, and I'm like, dude, like head down, and so yeah, those are huddle shacks.
That's a huddle house.
Yeah, huddle house. The platform. What was the?
What's your preferred long gun platform as a civilian?
As a civilian, what I'm running right now, I mean, it's all situational. No, it's not situational. It's all personal preference. But right now I'm using American Rifle Company action and chassis with a Bartland 24-inch 6.5 Creedmoor barrel.
You get a picture of that for the edit too.
Dude.
That'd be dope.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, honestly, I should even bring one in. Just fucking throw it up.
I didn't even fucking shot. We were at the fucking film festival in Round Top. One of the dudes had a bunch of fucking guns and shit. We're out there fucking shooting. Dude, Texas is a whole nother fucking animal, dude. They got these fucking pucks. They're like probably this thin, like, you know, half an inch, quarter inch, whatever that is. That's angry inch. They have these fucking pucks. They're probably about the bottom of like a fucking Coke can and like, you know, half to a quarter inch.
Yeah. Like
and dude, you fucking, they have the sticky on the back, and you put them on shit. You shoot them, they fucking explode.
No way.
So it's like tannerite fucking pucks.
Oh shit, that's cool.
Or it's like the old, like the C4 pucks that we'd put on doors.
Yeah. I was like, dude, this is fucking cool. So, dude, he had this fucking Remington 700 fucking chassis with a fucking internally suppressed fucking 6.5 Creedmoor barrel. So the barrel, dude, the fucking barrel's like this big around.
Just baffled at the end.
And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, dude, you're just shooting this thing. It's like, it's not like, you know, because 6.5, it's going to go fucking supersonic. But dude, you were sitting there shooting without ear pro. I'm like, dude, this thing is
nice.
Dope.
Yeah.
And dude, it was like such a flat fucking trajectory on that thing.
They're flat. They have 50% less wind deviation than the 308 does.
Really?
Yeah. And probably about 30% less drop. So if you're 3 mils high at 800, you're going to be at probably 1.5 to 2 at with the 6.5.
It's flat, dude. That's nice.
Yeah, we were shooting.
And that's what I just shot my elk with, and that American Rifle platform in Colorado. So I just bagged my first bull elk, and I'll spare the rest of the story. But I was shooting it suppressed, my 6.5, and I was up on this fence and I was posted up, and it's probably like 225, 235 yards, and I'm on it and I'm fucking shooting. It's like, psh. But when it hit that elk, that 6.5 Creed. Like, dude, it sounded like a clap-in on this thing. And I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Because I've never been that close shooting a person. So, like, I never got to hear it, like, when it hit. And we always shot suppressed downrange. But when I heard it on an elk, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
And it went through and took 5 steps, fell down, and let me hug it. And
nice.
And then we gutted it.
Shit.
Fucking heart shot?
Huh?
Heart shot?
Both lungs, nicked the heart, and came out the back end, and then hit a couple ribs. And then the follow-up on that, because he might care, if I had one round to pick for a combat rifle, anything 338 Lapua. That's the only one you need. You don't need a 50 because they're not accurate, and 300 Win Mag ain't a 338. And so why don't you just pick the heavier of the gun, suppress it, and 338 it'll reach out, it'll go through an engine block, it'll do everything the 50 can, and have premium ballistics. So that's my answer.
Yeah, I'm not much of a shooter. I just run what I got. But I, if I was gonna get a long gun, depends what it's for. but if I would build it kind of for a fun apocalypse scenario, I would probably get a 308 or 7.62 just because the availability of the ammo.
Yeah.
It's really hard to find blackouts, hard to find 300 Win Mag, and you build a gun that specific. It's so dialed in. If you don't have the right ammo, it's fucking way off. Yeah. It's like building a high performance car. You need like the right fuel, the right shit. I'd really get a fucking 75 K5 Blazer or something like that. It's gonna go over everything.
Yeah.
So that's my choice. But I'm not much of a shooter, so I don't know what fucking that's worth.
Dude, I got AR-10 that's fucking dope. It's fucking dialed in. I got an M1A that's fucking dialed in with 308.
That's cool.
But
I don't even own a 308 anymore, but I would still love one.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things, and
there's so much free ammo. You gotta have to.
I know. Not too many people know this though. So when we in the Army, when we phased out the Remington 700 308s, which was our M24, we went to the 300 Win Mag, and what we had to do is we had to turn in all of our M24s. Remington would send us all new XM 2010s.
Yeah.
And if you were a Bravo 4 sniper, they had a buyback program to where they would fully, they would rebarrel the entire gun, give you the suppressor, your serial number at M24, Leopold M3 Alpha optic on it, like in a Pelican case, for 10 grand. I didn't have 10 grand because my ex-wife was fucking blowing it everywhere and not fucking working. But I could think of nothing better than to fucking find that rifle.
How much is that glass?
That glass is probably
$5.
No, the M3 Alphas were like so early, dude. I'd probably say like $2,000 max.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, the new glass that we have now is probably $4,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you said suppressed too, though.
Yeah, and it comes with a can, but that was like the screw-on threaded can.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like you had a muzzle device on the front.
Right.
Cool.
That's crazy.
All right. That's good. So Greg Bennington's got one. I do have a good answer for this. I think it'd be interesting for people. With all three of you involved in various business ventures, lines of work, and this podcast, how do you strike a balance between the work you do and your home life with family? What works best for each of you?
Whew, that's a great question.
Yeah, I think it's one that a lot of people struggle with too. Like, maybe I'll go last on this because it dovetails into a different kind of story that might be fun to go into.
Yeah, I can go first.
Go for it.
I mean, I do have a work-life balance. So my wife and I run Crypto together, multimedia production company. We run a bunch of social media and marketing departments for various companies on a contractual basis. So essentially, we're an agency. And when my wife and I first met, she was in real estate, like $100 million real estate, in downtown Toronto in Canada. And I noticed that she was creative. And so I bought her an iPad, and then she shadowed me everywhere I'd go on photo shoots. And so that's how I ended up not kind of disassociating myself from my wife and my career versus her career, because she didn't have a career, moving down here and being an immigrant. So that's helped out a lot. However, we posed the question the other day. We're watching this HGTV show, $1 Million. Essentially, it's for people that won the lottery and now they're buying a house. And I'm like, what if we won $50 million in the fucking lottery? And it was actually kind of the hardest thing ever, outside of having no debt and a shit ton of fucking investments. Because our work is our life, right? Like, this is work, but you guys are also my friends. We hang out outside of this. And the same goes for everything else that I do. Erd is another client of ours. But the days on the boats and the days spearfishing and doing all these things, or like the house parties, like that's all of that as well.
It's kind of what I want to do anyway.
I know. So it's like, if they're not a client, they're not paying me, I'd still hang out with the same people. Yeah. And honestly, I don't know that it would look much different.
Yeah.
I think it would be more passion project driven.
I think you've created your life. You've created and curated your life in such a way where you now get paid to do the things that you enjoy doing anyway.
And that's kind of how this whole podcast started, right?
Exactly.
Where it's like, we're doing this anyways. Why not let's just kind of mic it, and turn it into, something that could be profitable.
Let's invite some people into the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And it's kind of the same thing where it's, we're going to take these photos and go on trips anyways. It's might as well just have fun doing it and do it with cool people and people that you like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Life's too short to work a job that you fucking hate, man.
Yeah.
I've done it for far too long.
It's miserable, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, it's kind of fucking weird because I'm kind of a fucking asshole and kind of a selfish fucking prick in terms of, I guess just being in the teams. I've always just kind of, I mean, it's fucking weird. I met my wife, my first platoon, like before I deployed, like literally right before I deployed the first time. We'd been dating, kind of not real serious. So then I deployed the first time, and we weren't like, hey, we're gonna say like exclusive. It was just kind of like, well, you know, well, still. And I mean, this was in '97. When it's like I'm still making fucking payphone calls back to the States and shit.
No cell phones.
Yeah,
back then.
and you know, we kind of remained close. Like she would send. It was fucking weird, dude. I would get snail mail. We'd get letters from her. And, you know, I remember calling her at one point and she told me that her dad had passed away and shit. And I was like, oh man, I'm really sorry, you know. And she's like, nah, he was a fucking prick. I was like, oh fuck. I'm like, God damn, you know.
Kind of turned me on.
Yeah. So she had a very weird, I would say kind of a hard upbringing. I mean, English is her second language. She was raised in a Spanish-speaking family, and you know, literally, her dad left. Like, she's got an older brother. Had an older brother. Her dad basically left him when I almost called her Kyla. Jeez. So Gabby, Kyla's my daughter. Gabby's my wife. When Gabby was like 5, like fucking dad just bailed on him, and then she didn't really maintain a very good relationship with her dad because every time she would go to her dad was with his new wife, which had been his first wife before they got a divorce. Went to
Interesting.
So it was just really fucking weird dynamic. And then
That's
I
layered.
guess and then her brother was killed in a training accident. He was part of the 82nd Airborne and was killed on the Green Ramp disaster in like '94. And that was really, she said first time she'd seen her dad in so fucking long, and he came to the funeral and she just reamed him up one side and down the other. It was just like, why the fuck are you even here? Like, you have no part of this family type shit. And so it's kind of weird. I guess where I'm going with this is like, she's a very strong-willed woman herself. So when we met, you know, it was like, okay, we're kind of going to do our own fucking shit.
Well, it sounds like a perfect team wife.
She is awesome.
You have
and it was one of those
independent to
things,
survive
like,
because
on
you're
that,
not codependent.
exactly. And, you know, and I see both sides of it too, because I would always see people go, wow, you know, being a wife in the teams, the fuck teams have such a huge divorce rate.
90%.
Yeah. And it's like, well, I see why, because a guy, say, for example, from fucking Nebraska brings his, you know, joins the military, goes through buds, makes it. Now he's going to bring his high school sweetheart. They get married. She doesn't know fucking anybody in California.
But now she's also in San Diego and lonely.
Yeah, that too.
And then you're gone.
And we're fucking
250
gone
days a year,
all the fucking
you know?
time. So with that, I think it was, you know, kind of the perfect storm in terms of she had her own fucking life. She had her own friends. She had her own everything. And so, not to say when I'm in town and, you know, not to say we didn't have a relationship, but it was one of those things where, you know, she kind of did her thing. I kind of did my thing. And, you know, she knew what I was getting into. And then, I mean, literally we dated for like 5 years before we got married. And then even then it was kind of like, before kids were in the picture, she was still kind of like, okay, she still has her own friends. I mean, you know, we're a married couple, but there's a lot more stake in the game once you have kids.
Yeah.
You know, and I think once we had the, you know, twin boys and then Kyla, I think shit became a lot more, not necessarily a lot more real, but there's a lot more responsibility there and stuff like that. But
yeah, definitely.
But even then, I think our relationship was just built on me being gone all the fucking time, and she kind of she shoulders the load, which is kind of fucking shitty, but that's just her. She's
Well, how's that been since you got out? You get out in 18, 19?
No, dude,
No, we got out the same time, September 2013, right?
2013.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. So you've been through over a decade.
I literally
of
been
separate.
Yeah,
things,
I've literally been out for over 12 years.
So I imagine there was some transition period there was tough. But how did you guys find the system that works for you guys now?
Well, it's fucking weird because it almost mimics what I did in the military because I was gone all the fucking time, and it got to a point where I was doing film shit. So I got out and I kept doing film industry stuff. So like the first project I did was a TV show called The Last Ship, filming in LA. So I would be in LA Monday through Friday. Then I'd drive back on the weekends. Similar. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, it is kind of fucking weird because
that makes sense though. I mean, you found something that works, and then now that same system that you guys created still works.
Well, if anything, it's more difficult when I'm home.
I was going to ask.
Yeah. So when I'm home an extended amount of time.
You're stepping on each other's toes.
Yeah. It's like, hey.
This is my fucking job. No,
dude.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Well, it's fucking weird. She'd be like, hey, like, when are you leaving again? Or when do you have another, when do you have another trip? Or when do you, when do you have stuff going on? And and honestly, it's kind of funny because, especially her and Kyla they have such a close bond. I think me and the boys have a little bit closer, but just with the whole male thing, like,
and they're of age.
With Boy Scouts and, fucking sports and all that stuff. But like even now, like I'll hang out at the fucking bar in the back and watch TV out there and bullshit. And when, she's in the house watching TV with Kyla or whatever. But yeah, that's kind of our yin and our yang,
That makes sense.
When I'm gone, it's doing the whole, I'm working overseas or wherever. And then when I'm home, and,
Yeah, I think you got to find a personality type of a partner that fits what you need in that moment, right? So like Disney and I have a pretty solid framework for how we operate now.
Yeah.
But that's a totally different framework than I had to have when I was in. And I don't think she wouldn't have liked being a team guy wife.
No.
Because like she needs like that communication and like she needs that closer structure. Not that she's not a competent and capable independent person, because she is, but just for her, like she enjoys that interaction, that closeness that we have. But also one of the things that we struggle with is our so she's the CEO of our main company, Industry Threadworks, which produces a bunch of apparel. So we work with a bunch of different clients. So people that don't know too, this is the studio that we're in is the office for Industry Threadworks, and behind this wall is our warehouse for our other company called Archive that does fulfillment for a bunch of different brands. So Jacob, our warehouse manager, basically runs that. Disney's in charge of the day-to-day in both companies. So when I come in, I kind of just
what would you say you do here, Ryan?
But that's kind of how, because I started the company, and then she was my first employee, and then she was COO, and now she's CEO because she's a better CEO for the team that we have than me. And I realized that so my role in the company has completely changed. So now we had to recreate this structure to where I have to remove myself, because when I'm in it too much, we step on each other's toes. Because she's very opinionated and she's very strong and stuff. And she's also really good, and she's usually right with her stuff. But her strength is not big picture thinking. Her strength is operations and details and structure and management, that sort of thing, which I can do, but I'm not good at it. So her handling all that frees me up to focus on big picture, trying a bunch of new different shit, most of which doesn't work. When I find
like
something
mushrooms,
right, which actually helped me think about shit. So I bring something in that works, and then I try it, get it functional, and then she applies. And that's kind of what she's doing now with the podcast, is bringing her on to, now that it's working and functional, I bring it to her, and she's like, okay, here's our scaffolding, here's our infrastructure, SOPs, systems, processes. The next step of that is, once it gets bigger, she's going to apply people to run these systems and processes, and that's how we scale it out. But we fucking piss each other off every fucking day.
I bet.
Dude. And so we've been together.
Oh, it's fun.
Dude.
There's sometimes where it's like the Ryan and Disney show, and it's like, it can get kind of out of hand, where we're like, what the fuck? Because
Well, I can just see your employees going, oh.
Oh, dude, there's a lot of
I'm going to step over here for a little bit and let you guys figure out your shit first.
Yeah, because we're both strong personalities and we're both kind of right, but we're both kind of wrong. So we just started, we've been together 11 and a half years and married for 6. So we just started going to therapy. So
Thank God.
Right. But so we had our first session last week, and it's actually super fun, dude. It feels good because
I had to go see
especially when
the
you don't
rapist.
hate each other going into it,
Right.
Like my first marriage counseling therapy session was when we both said we wanted a divorce.
Yeah,
and that's like, you don't want to be wrong, you don't want to be right.
Yeah.
But when you're happily married and working on a company, you're like, all right, this is going to help out.
Yeah, we both want the same thing. We just piss each other off because our communication sucks.
Yeah.
So, and she's mad at me for things. I'm mad at her for things.
Communication's fucking huge. A lot more than
massive,
people give
it
it credit for.
So I love going to therapy. We've only had one session, but we're both like, fuck, this is rad. She actually described it as a date because now we've got even the therapist, I wouldn't even say it's a therapist. She's more like a referee. She sits there and we're fucking,
I don't doubt that.
We're fucking bickering. She's like, okay, you're right, but did you consider this? And she'd be like, fuck, no. And she'd be like, okay, you're right. And she's like, yes. And then did you consider
like,
this?
Ooh,
yeah.
in your face, bitch.
But you guys have to listen to her. It's not like a friend because you're paying the fucking person.
Yeah, so it's kind of because she's
fucking
so
paying an arbitrator
too.
to fucking
Dude, this is why I don't even play games with my wife, because like she's a bad loser and she's an even worse winner. Like if she loses, she's fucking pissed. If she wins, she's like, fucking won, you suck. I'm like, oh my god. So
how my dick taste, bitch. Like, Jesus. Like, fuck.
Yeah, but it was kind of nice because we go in there and through this process of talking to the mediator, the whatever thing,
the rapist.
Yeah, we realized like, oh, this is, if we've been together 11 and a half years and our biggest problem is that we just don't communicate very well, we're actually doing okay. So I was like, okay, it gave me some, we came out of there and we're like, fuck, this is awesome. I felt closer to her. I was like, I feel like I'm understanding her more. I feel like I finally have somebody saying to her all the things that I've been telling her, like, you don't fucking listen, you don't fucking pay attention, you're like all the shit.
And you drive like shit.
So it's been good, man. But I think a core piece of why we're able to work around this is we set up and you probably deal with this too, working together, is that we had to set up roles and responsibilities, so we didn't step on each other's toes and stuff. So now that we both have input on things, but there's certain things where she has final say, and there's certain things where I have final say. And as much as I might disagree with her, I'm like, hey, you're in charge of this. You're the CEO. It's not an empty title. Like you run shit. I can disagree with stuff, but
take responsibility when you fuck it up.
Yeah.
Or not, or when it succeeds.
Yeah, but it's been tough, man, because working with your spouse is fucking hard, dude. But I think setting those roles and responsibilities and respecting the power that you give them as well is a huge piece of it.
Yeah, mine's relatively easy as far as working with thinking. I mean, there was that hard part where we didn't have like the defined feature, and I wouldn't give her like a high level position yet, but she's much better at communicating. Mm-hmm. And with one of her clients that we all know, that was fully her, right? Because if I would have ran that client and managed it, I would have been fired in 2 months.
For sending dick pics to him?
That one's sustained.
That was a different
Sorry.
client.
Yeah, that one's sustained. But no, it's just I couldn't take like the way that it was handled and the company structure and everything. And then another one of the aspects too is I've been doing this a lot longer than she has. And I can tell when she's being walked over on. Mm-hmm. And taken advantage of, and then I put my foot down and she's like, whoa, what the fuck, now you want to put your foot down? And then another communication aspect is then when she would come to me because something was a little bit over her head and she needed me to handle it, and I'm like, all right, and I handle it. She's like, no, that's not what we need it to be. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck it needs to be because I'm not read in on this. I'm like, do you want to do this? Are you a big girl or you not?
You didn't give me enough information to make a fucking decision.
And so
you're like, come off the top rope with a fucking elbow. She's like, oh, I just wanted you to talk to him. You're like,
I wanted to, and that was a big learning lesson. And so now moving into some of our newer clients, now it's I make it a point to read through our collective emails either in the morning or in the evening, so that way I kind of have an essay on what's going on, and then she'll flag and pin everything that needs my attention. Yeah. Because then if she opens it, because we have the same inbox, right? Yeah. It's a marketing inbox. So she goes in there.
Sexual innuendo?
No. But if she reads it and left it unread, but I need to harrow back to it, I'm not going to be able to find it. And so thank God, like she's literally that Disney, which is also why they're friends, like pins, and I go through it and I'm like, all right, cool, let's do this, this, and this. But 90% of the time, I take on all the high level stuff, and then she runs the day-to-day operations.
Yeah, I think you just got to find what your strengths are, because there's so many, running a business, like there's so many different things that have to be done. And you find like different personality types are better suited for different types of roles and tasks. And you don't know at first. I remember when Mike and I started Forged, we're sitting in the lawyer's office and we didn't have any thought about it. Like, hey, who's going to be president? Who's going to be vice president? And we're like, fuck, I don't know. We literally flipped a coin in the lawyer's office. Like, I guess you're president and I'm vice president. Like, whatever. We didn't even know what the fuck that meant, because we hadn't done any of the work yet. Yeah. And so we didn't know what our roles and responsibilities were best suited. So that's kind of like, you got to kind of flesh it out. But I think that's a key component, because if you don't do that, you're just going to piss each other off, especially if you're working together like us. We work together, we fucking live together. We got to find little things like we don't drive together. Even though we go to the same place and we come home, we don't fucking drive together.
No way.
Yeah, that's hysterical.
The funny part is we drive exactly the same.
But you both hate each other's driving.
No, I love the way she drives, but in her mind, I drive like shit. I'm like, babe, I drive the exact same way you do. Yeah. You just don't like it when you're not behind the wheel. Oh, yeah, right?
No, Nikki and I are black and white. Also, she grew up in Toronto, which is like growing up in New York City. So she took public trans. Like, she didn't get her driver's license until 2 years ago.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And now I got a 4Runner Cadillac. I'm like, don't fuck any of these up. Like, I almost just like bought her like a Honda Accord.
Yeah, smash this up. Yeah, like, don't worry about
this. This is your first year car.
You get the Vespa.
Treat her like a 16. Absolutely not. Because I tried one time and I took her golfing with me just as like a ride along. I'm like, you know what? Drive with me. Fuck no, dude. We almost went off our bridge into a little like ravine, and I'm like, no, get the fuck out. You gotta
steer it.
And I'm like 40 beers deep, and I'm like still just hitting it right.
Yeah.
And I'm like apexing corners, and no, this one's like gung gung gung. I'm like, you played way too much Super Mario Kart.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got next?
So Greg Bennington has, this is the last question that's on there right now. You all have a good amount of ink for each of you. What was your first piece, and what is your most meaningful favorite one that you have?
That's a really good question. Also, Greg, I want to caveat into this. I will actually post a link here later on, and I would love to have somebody on at some point in time, but I'm currently filming a documentary with a veteran nonprofit called Vet Inc., and they provide free ink to veterans to kind of help tell the story of your life, whether it be pre, during, or post. We've had Tim Spear on there. John Wechter. Actually, a lot of our guests are going to be a part of my documentary.
Yeah, that's cool.
And it's a relatively big budget project. And that is one of the questions that I always ask, kind of behind the camera when filming this documentary. So who wants to go?
I think Mo got some fucking work for that.
Did he?
Mike Moriarty?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was down at Flesh.
Okay, yeah.
I'm trying to remember the girl's name. Laura somebody.
Oh, didn't she have another one, Crow? Laura Crow?
No, that's different.
Okay.
Laura Crow did a bunch of my stuff.
Are you talking about Heather Duet? No?
He said it was a female. I want to say.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't Laura.
I think Crow has her own studio.
No. But she didn't work for Mike.
Okay.
She didn't work at Flesh.
Yeah.
She did, but she had her own studio. But no, this girl was this was within the last few months that he got some work done. He said he filled out some thing online and
But I don't know why this hasn't been brought to my attention, considering I'm the one collecting all the footage in order to edit and post.
Yeah, that's crazy.
This whole winter, I'm just going to be in the editing bay, like trying to make these.
Well, who filmed it?
I filmed all of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, me and good buddy Ryan Rosas.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
He knows Ryan.
Yeah,
So
Ryan's fun.
we've been working on this project for quite a while. Our actual next shoot is on Tuesday.
Oh, right on.
Speaking of which, I have a really good friend in town on Tuesday. If we have time to knock out a documentary, because he's one of the veterans on the documentary.
Yeah.
Army guy. Sorry to fucking throw that out there, but pretty much the same background in schools as me.
Former Army guy.
Yeah, now he's
Fag.
now he runs a multi-million-dollar construction company in Oregon.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But doing good.
Yeah.
All right. So to the question, who's
so my first tattoo, fucking this sick ass
Dakota, I'm
fucking
gonna record this horizontal for you.
this fucking sick ass tribal piece right here.
Yeah, dude.
That I drew out, and actually Greg Jones
very
did this.
Pamela
Looks
Anderson
like
of
your
you.
first tattoo.
Yeah. Greg Jones did this. I got this in '96.
Which was the style at the time.
Yeah, nice tribal piece. And I didn't get another fucking tattoo until 2004.
Oh, shit.
And I got this Trident, Team 5 Trident with the Frogman, not the 200, but just this. And Mike Martin.
You forgot the 4 at the end of that 2004.
I know, right? So this fucking, this piece was done by Mike Martin at Flesh. Actually, I did another Mike Martin stuff, but I'd say the question was most favorite, meaningful.
No, it was first.
Well, that was my first tattoo, but then he says, "What is your
second piece
most
of it.
meaningful?" I don't know. So I got a bunch of meaningful tattoos. Like this one was for my daughter Kyla. I got both my sons' names tattooed on my wrist. Obviously, the Trident and my Bud's class makes sense. I got this one for my dad when he passed away. So maybe this is the most meaningful one. Mm-hmm. This EOD crab right here, which is fucking kind of funny because it's actually bigger than my fucking seal Trident. And me and my brothers all got this at the same time from the same tattoo artist in Albuquerque when I was working on a show down there. And now my niece has the same tattoo. My nephew has the same tattoo. Both my sons want to get this tattoo. But yeah, I guess it's just a good tribute to my dad. He was a 22-year Army EOD cat and passed away about almost 4 years ago. So
That's good. That's a good story.
Yeah.
Ryan?
Ink. I've only got two tattoos. So,
right?
But I got both of them like all at once.
You just went 2 sleeves, all like.
I didn't have any tattoos till I was 29, and then I realized like I look like a fucking, especially 20. I look like a douchebag pretty boy, but I wanted to look on the outside how I felt on the inside. So I think like one sleeve would be
like a douchebag.
Stories to tell.
Yeah, a different type of douchebag. So yeah, I had all this stuff, but I was going through a bunch of different ideas, and I would draw it on myself just to kind of see how it would look, get comfortable with different ideas, and kind of see what I was and wasn't, looking for. It's a bunch of different stuff. The main piece is the last 2 lines of the Invictus poem. I'm the master of my fate and the captain of my soul, which basically to me means like taking responsibility for your own path, your own outcomes, like, sink or swim by your own hand, that kind of thing. And then, thankfully the girlfriend had at the time talked me out of getting drink, fight, fuck on my chest. so I got it in Latin, Patavi Bella Futuo, because I'm a classy guy.
There you go.
It says drink, fight, fuck in Latin.
That's the best way to go about it.
Yeah. Me classy. And I got 29. I got my next sleeve 10 years later at 39 or 40, I think.
Yeah.
And then this was just a continuation of just words and themes and just evolution of me, and 2 sleeves wouldn't have fit me when I was 29, but now I think they fit, and I want to get other stuff. I just haven't found anything like, oh, that's fucking it.
Yeah.
I think maybe the most meaningful one is still the last 2 lines of the Invictus poem. That's how the name for all my handles and everything too is just that. It basically means unconquered. Douchebag, yes. Totally. Douchebag, 5326.
Yeah.
Yeah, it means, in Latin, it usually means closely related to like unconquered. So,
yeah.
Same thing as like sink or swim by your own hand.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. My first one's going to be his Black Power tattoo.
Oh, shit. Nice.
But as gay as it is, it's a camera up here.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like my first camera with like a film strip and like a broken lens on it.
Oh, that's cool.
And
your zipper's undone too, by the way. Let's see that hog.
That's his third tattoo.
Here's my third tattoo.
It's a popsicle stick.
When it gets hard, it says.
Yeah, I got that tattoo at 18 in downtown Tucson, Arizona. Just because I was really into photography at the time. I thought like the broken lens was because that's kind of currently how I felt at the time, right before I went into the military. And parents kind of sent me off to boarding school, and I felt like the focus that I had on life and then losing my golf scholarship was cracked and broken. And so therefore everything is out of focus. And yeah. And most meaningful, I don't know, dude, there's so many.
How long before you got your second tattoo? Because I think both of us kind of went a long period between
my
1 and 2.
My second tattoo is in Germany, and I paid way too much for it. And actually, dude, it's like, honestly, probably one of my worst tattoos. So it's called The Decemberists, which is a band. And it's like a hella hipster band out of Oregon. And the reason why I got it is because I went on tour with them for a little bit,
Nice.
like fresh out of high school, and kind of traveled around. And as you can imagine, hipsters don't really throw down that hard. It wasn't like going on tour with Kiss. But it was like the first time anyone's really given me like accolades for like taking photography or hiring me for photography. So I did that, and then right after that is when I went to basic.
Chugging shots of espresso.
Espresso martinis.
Braiding each other's hair.
Smoking weed with like one of those alligator clips. But I'd probably say this one was next. So it's a series of playing cards. So the Joker's 20. Kim died on the 20th. This is for Jessie, so it's a suicide queen. So she was a good friend of mine and ended up killing herself on February 15th. And then over here was Ballant.
Damn, dude. Right after Valentine's Day, huh?
Yeah, I know, right? And so kind of threw all those in there, and then threw in like this T and then AZ for Tucson, Arizona, for this incredibly dusty and dirty place that I grew up in. But that was like, all right, I'm throwing this in. But everything that I have on me, aside from a taco, relatively has a bunch of meaning. Like I had this, it's supposed to be a dove apiece, but kind of turned into a crow carrying a grenade. I took as like exemplifying us trying to bring peace and prosperity and democracy to the Middle East, but all we're doing is just fucking bombing the shit out of it and killing people. So yeah, there's a bunch of that. Yeah, every single one of them has stories, literally, except for my taco.
Did any of you guys' tattoos come out exactly the way you wanted? Because none of mine did.
Most of them, except for my alien one, which, and then like this is a guy being enlightened, like going up to the top with an ayahuasca vine.
Oh yeah,
and that was a fun one, but it was nothing like I planned. And I got it up in Orange County by a buddy of mine, and I'm like, yeah, dude, yeah, we can throw some aliens in there. Little did I know it's gonna be a full motherfucking alien and like a gray, which I'm terrified of. So, which almost caveats into that story that we needed to get to.
Ooh, the aliens. That's right.
Yeah.
Fun.
All right, let's take a quick
break. Take a break.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, we're back.
Bazinga. Back in.
Yeah, that those guests could significantly be fucking amazing, thanks to Ernie. He
that'd be cool.
read off some guys that want to potentially come on the show, and like
that'd be really cool. Yeah, man. Absolutely. You got a little
schmagma
hanging Chad there. There you go.
Some fast ropers. Oh fuck!
All right, so we're getting to aliens now. Do you have an aliens? Not a real alien story, but we did see something fucking weird one time.
Yeah, I the only thing I got is some fucked up shit in one of my platoons. We were up in Fort Lewis, Washington, and we'd go through these. That's when they would put us on our fucking E&E. They'd test our E&E plan.
E&E, escape and evade?
Yeah. And so we'd go up there to do our SR, which is our basic fucking...
Site recce?
Yeah, our surveillance and fucking recon training.
You have to remember that there's a lot of people that don't know what
Yeah.
E&E.
So part of our workup, typically you have like a CQC phase and you have land warfare phase. And land warfare phase typically involves us going out to an island and shooting a bunch of shit and doing a bunch of fucking immediate action drills out there. And then we do what's called SR, which is gone from a whole bunch of different places, everywhere from Nyland to fucking Camp Roberts and Camp Hunter Liggett in Northern California, not Northern California, but Middle California. And then Tooele, Utah. We used to do some SR up there, like cold weather shit. But, and Fort Lewis, Washington. So we'd go to Fort Lewis, Washington and do some of this shit up there. And typically they try to get you to where you're going to get dropped off as a platoon and you're going to do your shit. Well, I think it was Chip Beeman who first kind of implemented this. He was running the land cell at Tradet, and so we jump in these vans and they have all the windows all fucking taped up and shit, so you can't see out. And
Did you have to count your turns?
Well, yeah, sort of, but you still had your GPS, so I think it wasn't a total loss. It wasn't. I mean, dude, if they would have had dudes rely on map and compass, like we would have been a bunch of lost motherfuckers out there, boy.
Yeah.
Not to say they're
all you gotta do is find Rainier.
Yeah, true. I mean, they're in terms of trying to do resections and stuff like that with a compass in that terrain.
But also your seals, that doesn't work too well.
Yeah, but it's fucking crazy with all those fucking big ass fucking trees everywhere. You're just like, hard to Jesus see fucking Christ, you know.
Climb a tree, look around.
But yeah, dude, they'd load up like a platoon or half a platoon, like a squad in a van. And like, okay, you guys, we're gonna drop you guys off first, and typically you'd go to an insert, and then you'd wait for the next van, or you have two vans together, and you get out and you fucking jump out of the van, and you're sitting there, you do a little look, listen, and feel, and then then you start your patrol and you go to your fucking OP, and then guys drop off, and you're typically going to look at like one target, and so how they mitigated all of that was they're like, okay, you get a platoon and two vans and you're driving along, all of a sudden they stop, boom, van 2, you've been fucking shot down, fucking it's crash landed, and it's like, these two people get out, and then you creep along, go another fucking click.
Sounds like a fun little Sears school.
Push two more people out, so you're in pairs, so you. And then they do that with the whole fucking platoon. So you're like spread out over like, fucking 10 clicks. And then you've made all of your E&E, you had an E&E plan, which was, okay, we're going to go to fucking point 1, or we're going to go your
rally points,
SAR, your safe area for recovery, which is blah, blah, blah. And then you have to do all these fucking wickets to get picked up, and it's like, okay, well, fucking these areas are going to be picked, or they're going to be serviced by, it was all like
certain windows. Yeah.
It can be like this point. So, dude, I remember me and my nav partner were fucking, or whatever the fuck, I guess is not a nav partner, but yeah, we get dropped off, and dude, right off the bat, you're like, all right, fuck this, man, like.
You're in Bigfoot country.
Yeah, we're fucking on. We got on the road and we just hauled ass, dude.
Oh, you're one of those guys.
Yeah, and dude, it's like, dude, let's just fucking go. And the other thing with that too is they tell you like, hey, and you get some intel from the other platoons that have gone through this shit. They're like, hey, they're gonna fucking tell you like at some point you're gonna get put on E&E. Make sure you have your E&E shit on the top part of your fucking ruck.
Yeah.
Like that's briefed. So sure as shit. You leave your entire fucking backpack and they're like, grab your fucking top part of your ruck, which should have, at least one good warmy jacket. It's got all your map and shit, and it's got some water, because I mean you're still wearing your H gear or your shit.
First line shit.
You got your fucking gun. But yeah, it's like one of those things, like, you hopefully got a fucking poncho in there because it's going to rain inevitably, or is raining all the fucking time. And then, yeah, you're going to fucking hopefully have some type of fucking ground pad to get off the fucking ground and not fucking freeze to death, because that shit sucks. But yeah, I just remember we're fucking walking around, and we fucking me and my partner, we lay up. And dude, it's the first night. So I'm like, oh, I got the first watch, dude. And dude, I straight up saw some kind of fucked up shit. It's either fucking Bigfoot or some motherfucker was in the fucking shit, like fucking with me.
It was like a skinwalker type thing? Or was it like a Bigfoot? Or
it's like a fucking silverback gorilla was like straight up in the fucking woods.
I've never been more fired up to hear the story.
Dude, yeah. Like, we're fucking sitting there, and this motherfucker...
Were you under nods?
Yeah. I'm looking, and we've been laid up for a while. We're taking turns, trying to take turns, sleeping and not sleeping and shit, because, dude, they had dogs... tracking us, and they had
They're serious about
it. Proper serious school.
Yeah, they had fucking, and I mean, no, this is just part of trade evolution. And fucking, I know they had sent dudes down to like the New Zealand tracking school. Oh yeah, all this fucking shit. So dudes were like, "Oh, dude, let's see if we can track these guys." So we're like, "Oh, fuck this, dude. We don't want to be the motherfuckers that get caught."
Yeah.
So we fucking get on the road and we just fucking book it as far as we can, and then inevitably they're going to be driving down these fucking roads, and we're diving off the fucking side, and
totally.
You're like, oh shit, you're like, hopefully we didn't fucking mash too much fucking shit, or hopefully we make too many fucking footprints on the fucking, on the fucking dirt road, and yeah, I mean, inevitably we got pretty fucking far. Until finally I think we got to like our first layup point, to where like the next day we were like a click away from our first point, to where we didn't want to go straight to the point earlier than we needed to, because we didn't want to burn that point.
Yeah.
And then, so we're like a click away, and dude, we're like sitting in the woods, and it's evergreen fucking everywhere. There's like fucking whatever the fuck. I guess they're redwoods or some shit. I don't know, but they're fucking big ass fucking
it's
pine
pretty
trees
lush,
everywhere.
Man, especially wintertime. Yeah. It's lush out there.
Everything on the ground is like moss covered. So we're sitting there, and like we got a poncho that's like low as fuck to the ground.
What time is this?
It's probably like fucking 2-3 in the morning.
Okay.
And
the witching hour.
Yeah. And so we were like, fuck it. We're where we need to be. Next morning, they're going to start servicing this fucking point at like 8 a.m. Probably more like 10 a.m. because those motherfuckers don't get up in time.
Yeah.
Which is always your par for the course. The guys, they drop you off. They drive around for 3 hours to scare the fuck out of you, and then they go to the fucking bar.
Yeah. In Tacoma.
Yeah, and they're like,
totally.
Then they're like, all right, first watch.
Who's sober?
Yeah, who's gonna service the fucking who's gonna service the pickup points tomorrow at fucking 8 a.m.
New guy,
yeah. So, but yeah, we're sitting there. We got this fucking tarp, and it's fucking raining, but it's not. I mean, it's drizzling. It's not like just dumping. But I just remember we have this fucking shit's pretty low on the ground, and one dude's under it sleeping. I'm out of it, just sitting there looking, man, and I'm just like, I grew up hunting and shit, and not to say I was expecting to see anything, but I'm just like, got my nods on, and we weren't wearing helmets or body armor or any of that shit, so you're just holding your nods up, like
no skull crushers.
No. So we're just looking around, and no hockey mat or the goalie mask.
Did you guys have live ammo as well, or is it like empty mags?
No, we got empty fucking mags. I'm like, we're fucking morons. After that, dude, I always start bringing a fucking mag out with me. Unlike in Kodiak, where you typically bring at least one mag, or we're carrying a shotgun with fucking slugs. But I just remember, and I'm fucking there, and you can't really hear too well because it's raining, but every now and then I'd hear some fucking like a branch break, and you're like, whatever, which up there is so fucking wet. Shit breaks and falls all the fucking time. You got shit falling off of trees, and honestly,
those breaks are so discernible in the forest too. Like when you hear one, you're like, there.
Yeah, exactly. So I kept hearing shit like behind me, and we're kind of like at the base of like a little hill, which we're kind of on like the side, because if you get in the bottom, you're like in water. So we're kind of on the side, and like the tarp is like this, or the poncho. So we're already sleeping like this shit, and you're fucking, you know, your head's uphill. But I'm sitting on the side of this fucking hill. I kept hearing shit kind of uphill. So I turned around, and I'm sitting there looking, and I'm, you know, fucking looking with my night vision, and like, whatever. And it's dark as a fucking well digger's asshole, dude. It is dark out there, dude.
It's pretty dark.
Yeah. Like,
dark.
No.
I've never heard that, but it checks out.
Yeah, dude. I mean, no fucking illume. And I mean, it's bad enough with no illume. You're trying to look through nods, man, without turning on your illuminator.
Yeah.
You're like,
which is just going to flash off of all the water.
Yeah, exactly. So we're sitting there. I completely turn my body, and okay, sat there, didn't hear shit forever. And, you know, time goes by it's like, fuck, what the fucking time is it? And it's not like we had a cell phone out there. Oh, I'm going to play spades on my phone. So you're just sitting out there just enjoying the fucking weather, like trying to like nod. So then I start hearing shit behind me again. I'm like, motherfucker. I'm like, that's fucking weird.
Cloverleaf recon on you, dude.
Yeah, no shit. That's the first thing I thought. And at first I was thinking, dude,
it's really
there's
motivated
no
trade
way.
it.
At first I'm thinking, dude, there's no way one of these motherfuckers is out here, because they just don't give that much of a fuck.
Yeah.
So then I turned my whole body again, and I'm sitting there, and
so you're like coming out from under your poncho and kind of like
no. So
around?
So my partner was under the poncho. Yeah. I was out of the poncho.
Okay,
just kind of leaning up against the hill. But then I heard her shit behind me. Kept hearing shit behind me. I'm like trying to turn my body, look with my nods. I can't hear shit. And I'm kind of like leaning. I got like the top part of my ruck, which turned into like a small backpack. So I'm kind of leaning on that. But, you know, I'm more concerned that like a deer or some bullshit's going to walk up on us or something. I'm not thinking there's some fucking animal stalking us. Turn my body a little bit more, and another 5-10 minutes goes by. And that's why I start hearing more shit behind. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, turn my body some more. Now fucking nods, and then I don't hear shit for another 5-10 minutes. Now I hear more shit behind. So I'm constantly turning my fucking body. And I'm like,
fuck this.
Yeah, it was fucking weird. And so finally, the last time I really even saw anything, I see, granted, what I think is some shit moving behind a fucking tree. It's probably 80 yards away. Still pretty fucking close. But then your mind tells you, like, no, it's the fucking nods. And But then I saw it again. And I'm like, dude, there is something large moving behind this fucking tree. And, dude, I fucking white lighted that motherfucker, dude, because I was getting scared.
Yeah.
And I white lighted this fucking thing. And I'm like moving around, and fucking nothing. I turned my white light off. Of course, now I just fucked my night vision. Now I got my nods up here. I'm like, you know, now it's like, I'm like, oh, motherfucker.
Sasquatch, is that you?
Yeah. And dude, and I didn't wake up my buddy because I knew he'd be like, dude, you fucking cockbag. You woke me up. But dude, I was pretty fucking scared.
So what did you see?
Nothing. Honestly, I felt like I kept seeing this thing move like between trees with my nods.
So it's just like this like blurred movement?
Large fucking mass, and I'd fucking white light, and there's like
nothing
either behind a tree. Because I mean, dude,
but it's not Scooby-Dooing.
It's fucking veg on top of veg on top of veg.
It's probably like Joe Burns back there.
And dude, I was so fucking scared. I was like, dude, if I'd had rounds in my gun, I probably would have fucking walked towards that fucking thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
without,
nope. I was like, dude, I honestly had already fucking told myself it was like by the time the second time I saw like this mass move, I was like, there's no fucking way there's a fucking Bigfoot out here. But then I told myself, I'm like, that's a motherfucking Bigfoot, dude. And I was like scared shitless, bro. I was like, this is pretty fucked up.
You go up there and deter him, dude.
But after I fucking white light it, like nothing. I didn't see shit. I didn't hear shit.
Wow.
It was fucking weird.
Yeah, that is weird. There's some creepy stuff out in the fucking woods, man.
I mean,
no joke.
Dude, I don't want to be the guy to claim that I believe in Bigfoot. I want it to be true, but all evidence points to no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like, I don't know, there's some pretty believable, stories out there. There's some relatively believable photos or, imagery or something. It's like,
and
we don't know.
Which honestly, the shit that I've seen, your mind goes there right away, even without seeing something. But dude, looking at shit through night vision, you're like, there is something fucking moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're looking at
it. And you're well trained in looking through night vision and determining things. And a tree's not doing this, right? Because all this sways up here from wind or tree. Or
and dude, I had seen this thing move between tree, and it was pretty fucking far away. By the time it got within about 75, 80 feet, and I kept seeing shit like almost like somebody peeking out. It took that for me to finally go, okay, fuck everything. I'm going to white light this fucking thing. And of course, by the time I white light it, I don't see anything but a fucking tree. And now my night vision's fucked.
Did you ever think of maybe a white light up top in order to bounce it since you're using nuns?
Yeah, dude. I was just like, dude, I'm going to scare this. I'm going to scare this motherfucker away from me and get this fucker to stop stalking me. Because, dude,
that's creepy,
by
bro.
like the third time I shifted my fucking body and I still felt like the thing was trying to come from behind me.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, this is fucked up, dude.
Yeah. You can tell when somebody's looking at you too, man. It's a real thing.
Oh, dude, and that was the other thing that was fucked up. What happened very first was I started getting the fucking spidey senses on my back. I was like, dude, why does it feel like somebody's watching me? Mm-hmm. And then I can't remember if that happened first. I started hearing like noise first. I think I heard the noise first, and then I'd get like the tinglies on the back of your neck, and I'm like, whatever. And then kind of like time would pass.
Mm-hmm. This is a random question. Have you been deployed yet by this time?
Yeah. That was
so you had probably built up like a sense of,
that was like my third platoon, I think.
Like ulterior senses as well. You know, like you can kind of sense that fear and all this stuff. You know, it's not like you're a fucking senior out of high school.
Yeah.
It's a very primal human thing though. Like you can tell when somebody's watching you. You know?
Yeah.
It's just, you just know it.
Yeah.
That's weird. Sometimes, like, I mean, I haven't used this in a while, but if you're watching somebody and you don't want them to get that feeling, you're watching that direction, but just don't look at look away a little bit so you can still watch them. But I think that helps with them not getting.
Well, dude, I did an additional platoon up there.
I do that all the time.
I did like an additional platoon up there, and fucking no shit. I told that whole story to my fucking platoon. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna say I saw anything. But,
some
dude,
weird shit. Yeah.
Here's what happened to me, and motherfuckers thought I was literally like just telling the story to the new guys to scare them
out,
and like hazing. I'm like, no, man, that shit fucking legit happened.
Yeah.
And dudes are like, get the fuck out of here. They're like, what did you see? I'm like, well,
I don't know.
I don't know. You know, and it wasn't even to this day. I still could have been nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, it's a lot of fucking weird fucking like forensics that like I'm like were my eyes fucking playing tricks on me?
Well, it's crazy too how similar the stories of Sasquatch are. It's almost like they can tell and like move around it. It's super weird.
Yeah, well, I've talked to a lot of Rangerback guys stationed out there at JBLM.
Yeah.
And they're doing operations all the way up on Rainier and then all the way down and then in the forest. I mean, dude, they have like 10,000 acres like at their disposal. And there's been a lot of them that have, had very similar stories.
Yeah.
And they're like panicking. And these are like bat boys, and like they always roll deep too. Like they ain't doing recce's.
Yeah,
it's not Bert and Ernie in the fucking woods. Yeah, like no, they got a machine gun platoon over here. They got fucking this over here. Yeah, like they have assets.
Sasquatch hunting, dude.
Yeah.
What's that? That Instagram account, Tales from the Grid Square,
dude. So I was gonna bring that up.
You have that book on your
I do.
your house.
So
shitter.
I would love to have Nick Orton on. So he's the author of it. He's still active duty in the Army, so I don't know if in particular he can. But there is no better bathroom read than Tales by the Grid Square.
I love their Instagram account, man. Every time it pops up, I'm like, ooh, I love this fucking stuff.
It's the only Instagram
out,
I don't swipe through, and I'm like, all right, I got to read this whole thing. And it's normally just pages.
Yeah. I didn't even realize it was an Instagram account.
Yeah. Tales from the Grid Square.
Oh.
Yeah. Shout out to Nick Orton. Also, dude, throw me some books. We would love to give them out to some of our Patreon guys. Because they are fascinating reads.
Yeah, they're good, man.
And you have to think too, like there's so many military installations that are on hollowed ground, whether it be haunted from the wars, POWs, those that came back and passed away, but then also all the sketchy places that we go.
Yeah,
and we
people
never
that have
really
been tortured in weird places.
Yeah,
that we now have control over. Yeah, it's.
And then when you're talking, kind of like the Army bases of Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia, like that's a Civil War kind of battlefield.
Those places have been there for fucking ever too.
Yeah. So, dude. I mean, those stories are fucking.
Dude, that
incredible.
fucking Pacific Northwest is so squatchy. It's just
you don't know how to explain it other than you do.
It's fucking
sense.
weird, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it is.
It's even creepy.
Yeah.
And they literally have a law in legislation that says that it is legal to kill a Bigfoot. And I'm like, you know what?
Legal or illegal?
Illegal.
Oh yeah.
I will take that felony.
Yeah,
all
right.
Day.
It's a great story,
Yeah.
dude.
You're like, hey.
Yeah, I went to high school there for 1 year in Bellingham, which is like half hour from Canada, 20 minutes from Canada.
That's where the vampire fucking movies were filmed.
Was it really?
Yeah, or based out of.
Twilight?
Yeah, they're based out of Bellingham.
No shit. Yeah.
He's in that Robert Pattinson is in that movie that I'm advising on right now.
Oh no shit. That's cool. Yeah.
Fucking funny.
He changed his ways.
I tell people, I'm like, yeah, Robert Pattinson. Like, oh yeah, the guy from Twilight. I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any. My story is not that interesting. It'll be pretty quick. But we were doing. We're coming back from some training op we're doing in Pendleton, and we're driving fucking Zodiacs back to Coronado. So it's a long ass drive. Man.
yeah,
And we've got
like 6 gas tanks worth.
Yeah, and we weren't really. I think it was like some basic OTB. So we were just, the main focus was the transition. So it's like 4 in the fucking morning and we're cruising around Point Loma, pretty far out to avoid the kelp fields, but we're maybe like a half mile or something from the Point Loma. There's also a lot of weird shit that goes around in Point Loma. You remember when they had that rocket that launched out of Point Loma and everybody's like, where the fuck did this rocket come from? And the Navy's like, wasn't us. Military's like,
Really?
wasn't us. This random rocket came out and everybody's like,
Even
we don't know what the fuck
SpaceX
it is.
denied it.
yeah. They're like, that's fucking weird.
Yeah.
So anyway, my story is kind of
It was
similar
Bigfoot.
to that.
And his red rocket.
dude. So we're cruising. I think we had like 3 or 4 Zodiacs. Our whole platoon's out there. And I forget if I was driving, but I must have been driving because I was paying attention. And I'm cruising around. Because otherwise you're just sitting there like fucking monkey butting the whole thing.
Yep.
Like, counting the days.
Trying not to fall in
trying
the
to
water.
sleep, fall in, fall out of the boat.
Yeah.
And so I'm driving and see the boats ahead. And it's pretty clear night. There's no clouds or anything, but the moon was out. So it's pretty clear overhead. It's 4 a.m. So like everything, there's no other boats around and nothing. And you remember in, what's that? Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yeah.
Where they have that kind of cloud that goes, it's like almost like a cloud maker comes around. It was exactly like that, but there was no sound, no nothing. And this is like,
Was it going?
there was no sound or anything. So it wasn't a helicopter, way too slow for a missile because it was kind of just cruising like this, but like 200 feet up. So like relatively fucking close.
That's weird.
And it wasn't going straight. It went, and then it did this like little fucking loop-de-loop, and then fucking just kind of sat there, and we're like, it was so close that we just kept going, and it stayed there. Like, what the fuck is this? It was super weird. I still have no idea what it was, but the other guy saw it too.
Was it Bigfoot?
Could have been his little spacecraft.
You're the Bigfoot guy. I'm the alien guy.
Yeah, it was super weird, man. And then there's also the whole Point Loma thing. There is some weird shit.
Same with Catalina Island.
Yeah, some of it is like this, definitely tinfoil hat stuff. Oh, it's hollow and there's shit going on there. But also, it's like that rocket. I mean, that was a documented rocket that came out and nobody said anything. And then that shit's going on. I'm like, okay, maybe there's some alien base underground or something. I don't know. But
I mean, it's also a pretty damn deep trench out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, dude, somebody said that there's like a fucking shelf off the coast of California that goes, it's like underneath.
Yeah.
That there's like documented spacecraft that comes out. Like
you can see it on the seafloor map. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, but there's a weird document, maybe it's not even a documentary, but the stories of like F-18 pilots are out there and they've seen like these boxes just like.
Well, that's where the whole Tic-Tac happened. I mean, everything that hit the Pentagon, and the Pentagon even acknowledged, like, yeah, we don't have no idea what the fuck that is. And
Tic-Tac?
The Tic-Tac UFO. Where the fuck have you been?
It's the first time the government acknowledged that there's a flying object. They don't know what it is.
So there's an F-18 carrier strike group that was flying off the coast of San Diego.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was talking about. Yeah. I didn't know they call it Tic-Tac.
Yeah, they had no idea what to do, but like he ended up like tracking it. And then the thing is, what's crazy is like when they first saw it, like they're flying in formation, they first see it over the water and the water looked like it was boiling. And then it just like comes straight up and they're like, and then the carrier strike group saw it on radar and said, hey, engage this, but, don't pull the red button. And so they went after it and they're tracking this thing and they're like full afterburners, like pulling like 6Gs trying to like turn after it. And this thing's just fucking pissing across the sky, just doing this. And then they ended up tracking it and then it disappears. And they're like, all right, well, let's carry on with our mission, right? And so they had all these waypoints that they had to hit. And so it showed up on their exact last waypoint. I could be wrong. I mean, obviously, everything's there in the testimony. And then as they're coming back, it comes back up. And then now it's just fucking with them. And it's just going around. And they're in 4 F-18s, like trying to chase this thing. And that's when the whole New York Times came out with that shit. And the Pentagon finally was like, all right, yeah, there's UAPs. And it kind of flipped the script. And now we have all these testimonies. And now all these individuals are, going to Congress and Washington.
It opened the door for a lot of stuff.
So I wonder how much of that shit is actual no shit, like
extraterrestrial
ETs, and how much is this from like skunk works?
I think a lot of it is ours that it's unacknowledged projects.
The only question that I have to beg of that, I guess, theory, right, is if we do have this kind of technology, why have we not utilized it in wars to our advantage in order to completely eliminate?
Because we didn't need it.
Nuclear silos or fucking whatever. Like if they're completely untouchable and you're just poof at like 50,000 miles an hour.
I mean, maybe we did. Maybe that shit that we did in Iran, they're just like, well,
yeah,
use some of this shit.
I mean, there also has been even acknowledgement from those that claim that worked at Area 51 and had all this intelligence. They're like, we do have this shit, but we got it from here.
Although, to further your point, the more military people that you read into this shit, the more people you have to read in.
Yeah.
You got ground crew, you got fucking, versus if you just have 6 retards at fucking Area 51 and 1 pilot or 2 pilots that are piloting these things, you got less than 10 people you got to read into it, versus once it's released to like a squadron that's going to take custody of these things, secret. I mean, how long did like the U-2 or SR-71, how long did those things exist?
Not long enough.
They started
before
in the 60s.
Yeah, but how long were they flying those things before they actually were like...
Exactly. 20 years before they were acknowledged.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at those aircraft, the SR-71 couldn't do a turn and burn. Like the SR-71, and I know this for a fact because I was obsessed with avionics and all that stuff when I was a kid. The SR-71, in order to make a full U-turn, crosses over an entire state.
Yeah.
Like that's how long it takes. But like what these pilots are seeing is doing that and then this.
Yeah, no, I'm not
at the same speed.
I'm not saying this was SR-71. I'm saying the SR-71 was being developed in like, say, what, the fucking 50s?
Late 50s, yeah.
So now, if whenever this testimony came to, like, what, 10 years ago?
Yeah.
So you figure if they're testing this shit in the 2010s or even the 2000s, I mean, that's 50 fucking years later.
We got to have something. We just didn't give it up. I'm like, well, we don't have any projects now.
Here's one of my biggest arguments about the whole reverse engineering and ET thing, right? So in World War II, our aviation, avionics was far behind the Japanese, right? And they had the Mitsubishis, even far behind the Germans. And we were at the very, very tail end. Now, just theory, 1949, I believe, maybe 47.
Roswell.
Was Roswell. As soon as that happened, we went to motherfucking fiber optics, Ataris, the SR-71 Blackbird, the U-2, the B-1, the B-2. Like instantaneously. And we brought in a bunch of the fucking Germans in order to help build the nukes and the rockets. But as far as the skunk works kind of division of it all, I feel like technological advances boomed in the 50s. And it wasn't because we were fucking going in better colleges.
I think it makes sense too, because if you look at if any other country came out with the SR-71 now, we would still be like, holy fuck, bro, that's crazy. Yeah. But they started building that, or they started designing that in the late 50s. You see in the cars from the fucking 50s, like not even the same fucking universe. So I think it makes a lot of sense that something was reverse engineered. We had different, we were exponential leap ahead.
What was the first jet? German V2 or some shit?
Well, that was the first rocket that they had that was supersonic.
But what was the first airplane?
I think they had their first. I think they fielded the first jet.
They did have the first turbine jet.
Yeah, I think it was just too late in the war, and they didn't have enough of them.
Yeah, and there was only like 4 of them because they're so fucking expensive to make.
Yeah, there's some interesting stuff, man. Do you have a alien story?
So I'll start off with the quick one, and then I'll go into the one that I'm still nervous about talking about on this podcast.
So do we need to lock the door?
No, honestly, we need to put our cell phones in a fucking microwave, which I did. But so me and some close friends, we were all in the same platoon or sister platoons in
Messerschmitt.
Huh?
Messerschmitt.
Was that the jet they had?
All right, yeah, no one cares because there's 2 of them and we shot them down.
Which is weird. That wasn't.
We were just talking about that yesterday.
We were just talking about that yesterday.
That's right, he was. So
full circle.
We drove out from Phoenix out to the 4 corners, which is Arizona, Utah, Nevada, and
New
Mexico. And we were out there, and we backpacked in 12 miles. Right, it was just like a pure boys backpacking trip. We had one of our good friends. I'll call him Frank.
How old were you?
No, this is last year.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
All right. So how old were you?
Frank, 37. Frank went to the ODAs and went higher above that, but just retired. And so it's my first time seeing him literally since 2008. So he was in there, and then 2 of my sniper buddies from Iraq, and no booze, no drugs, no weed, no nothing, literally just boys backpacking trip. And we hiked all the way in. And so it came time for dinner time. We're right on this river, sick ass canyon going down, nice tall spruce or pine trees. And we're all just sitting around the fire eating our mountain house meals, using our jet boils, making tea or whatever. And the fire is kind of dying out a little bit. So it's the last firewood gathering kind of thing. And we're all taking turns. And so I was like, all right, I got to get firewood. And so I stand up and I maybe go 25 yards away from the fire. And the way that I was pissing, there's this tree line right here, and then it just dives down in this canyon with this river, and then it just comes back up. It's pretty short. It's probably max 100 yards across the river canyon, and then it just goes to straight trees. And we all have our GPS and everything. There ain't a motherfucking thing in this 270 degree direction. And so I'm standing there and I pull my dick out, and the other guys are just like, well, I'm tired of sitting on my ass. And they're like, so I'm going to help you collect firewood. And I'm like, I just remember like looking like in like the trees, which is maybe 50 yards in front of me. And I just see like this big ball of blue light like on the other side of the trees. And I was like, dude, the fucking moon is huge right now. And I said it out loud. And everybody's kind of like a nature guy. And one of them looks over and he's like, damn, that is a big moon. And didn't really think anything of it. And I'm sitting there taking a leak. And I'm like, what? No, because it was just too big. And so then I'm like, all right, where the fuck's the real moon? And I'm looking around and the real moon's over here behind me. And I'm like, what is this? And all it was just a big old ball of light. But then it just started doing this. And there was like this like gap in the tree line, like right here. And it's coming over and I was like, guys. I was like, fucking look at this. And they all stop and like drop their sticks and twigs and they look and they're like, then it became like the Lost Boys and like come up on my side. And I'm looking at it and I'm still pissing. And I'm like, no fucking way. And it just does this. And then it comes up like above us, like right here. And it's fucking big, dude. Like it's the size of, I'm trying to think of something fucking big and round.
These nuts.
Like
Not
the
yours.
like the Vegas sphere? Like that big?
Yeah, not that. I'd probably say like a third of the size. Probably like a third of the size, but it was like so bright blue. And then on the inside of it, like so like I could see like it's like ring, like it's like circumference. And then on the inside was like this like thing like moving. And then all of the light like coming off of it was almost like you know when you get like the starburst like off of like rain on your windshield with like car lights?
Lens flare type
Yeah,
thing.
like the strong lens flare is like that. And then it just stopped and like all of us are looking at this and then it just went and fucking gone without a single sound. Like all I hear is a river just like roaring. And we're like,
holy shit.
what the fuck? And we're like, no way. My buddy's like, oh, I don't know what that was. And so that was like, you know, that real experience. But
It's Bigfoot, bro.
So yeah, that's the shit that gets me to where we go to this whole reverse engineering thing. That's where I think like you got these fucking pilots at Area 51. They're like, dude, holy shit, look at these fucking dudes down their backpack. Like, let's fuck with them. Like, now check this out. Oh, look, this dude's going to piss. Hey, check this out.
yeah,
Or it's probably more than likely it's probably some fucking drone technology that's, you know, evolved.
Yeah, it's pretty wild stuff, man.
I don't know.
I'm excited for
Or
this stuff to be released.
maybe it's fucking ET.
I don't feel like aliens have a sense of humor. Like they don't seem
No,
funny
but
to me
that's
at all.
fucking weird that they would.
Just sit here and fuck with us. But maybe he was fucking with me, although they got to be smart in this. And then all of a sudden, 4 guys come up and they're like, well, we don't have room for all of them.
Yeah, no shit.
And then he's like, dude,
Yeah.
and they're like, fuck it, I'm out. You know,
He's
like,
just moving around.
yeah, we got to get
just-
the lone retard.
Yeah.
He just wanted to get
Yeah.
a better view of your dick.
Yeah.
Like, is that the guy we really want to probe?
So
I don't know.
here's a gnarly story that I wasn't privy to. And it's not my story. However, I feel pretty convicted considering how everything turned out. So I went to Ukraine during the war in 2021. And I went out there with a good friend of mine, former Ranger Battalion guy who went to West Point, you know, runs a really great, successful company now. And he hit me up out of the blue. My wife at the time was in Toronto because of like visa days and all this stuff. And so he hits me up out of the blue and he's like, hey, you want to go to Ukraine, film a documentary? And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. Like I've always wanted to do like war documentary stuff. And so I signed up for it. And I said, fuck yeah, who are we going with? What is this? And so it was an NGO. And the NGO was chock full. Well, our partners that we were going with was chock full of SAS and guys. And so we fly into Budapest and end up taking this grand tour all throughout Eastern Bloc Europe, and you know, going through Ukraine and interviewing wives, well, widows interviewing
dude, that's gnarly.
Ukrainian soldiers, and like one Ukrainian soldier pulled out his cell phone and well, not his, he pulled it off a dead Russian that he killed, opened up the cell phone and was talking. It was a text message between him and his wife in Russia, talking about how he was taking such joy in raping all these Ukrainian women.
What the fuck?
And her only response was, I hope you wear condoms, that way you don't come back with that pig blood on your dick.
Damn.
And it was gnarly, dude. And it was the first time I ever like have seen like an actual like aerial dogfight like over my head. So we're driving in to, it was like outside of like Kiev. And we're in this like white van, and I'm like leaning outside to like open up the door and like holding on to the seatbelt, and I look outside and there's like a MiG and like an F-16, and they're just fucking banking. I'm talking like 500 feet above our heads with like full afterburners, and it's like doosh, like the whole Top Gun fucking thing.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. And it's like, and you just see like the rounds like kind of like chasing the tail, like going up. And I was like, this is fucking nuts. So the entire time it's me, my boy from Ranger Battalion, 2 guys, and then an Aussie SAS guy. And we had great rapport. We had driven through 7 countries. We're eating together, getting drunk together, fucking going through, like, we even stayed at Dracula's castle, which
Romania?
now has a hotel in it. Yeah, in Romania.
That's cool.
And, like, built a great rapport with these guys. And, everyone's super cool, and like there was no arguments. We even had like a really like honestly like personal discussion of we were thinking about pushing deeper into Dontusk. It was a highly kinetic environment.
Yeah.
To where like if you go in there, like chances are you ain't coming out, regardless of whether you have a press badge or not. And so we all sat there and kind of had a huddle because actually every guy there was a father except for me. And I'm like, I'll do whatever you want, but I'm down to go. And so we opted out and we're like, all right, fuck it, let's go to this refugee camp in Poland. And so we go to the refugee camp in Poland and we're walking through and it's fucking a ghost town. We're like, well, cool, tons of great footage here. And so we asked like the camp leaders, like talking like they're fucking Boy Scouts, but we asked them like, where'd everyone go? And they're like, they don't want to stay here. Like they have family in Poland or the Eastern Bloc countries. And like, no, they all left. Like, all right, well, let's call it. And so I understood the level of the NGO that we were with once I figured out that we were with them because we had Blue Force trackers in our vehicle. And every night, 2 of the guys would split off and go make highly confidential phone calls to whomever they needed a phone call. Mm-hmm. So I knew that we had like pretty high level interest and assets at our disposal. And not to mention like a bunch of dudes are going to go out there running around with Guardia World, you know, doing security.
Yeah.
And so we post up in this hotel in Poland. And I'm with my Ranger buddy, and we're sharing a hotel room, and we're sitting there just downloading footage and changing hard drives and everything. And one of our Padres comes in, and he just like kicks open the door and has like 4 bottles of wine in each, you know, like 2 in each hand.
All right.
And he's like, "Hey, it's the end." He's like, "Who's fucking ready?" And we're like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, let's go." So I'm still sitting there down the table, and my Ranger buddy is also very into, I don't know, I guess the paranormal or extraterrestrials and like the cryptids. And so I'm sitting there, fucking, I'll just call him Ranger, and Ranger's like, "Hey, what do you know about aliens?" And dude, as he's like sitting there pouring, he's like, "You want to fucking know about aliens?" And just like keeps on pouring our coffee cup, you know, for a Keurig.
He's a little extra.
Yeah. And he was like, "You want to know about fucking aliens?" And pours it down, and we're like, "Oh,"
This be a good one.
I'm like, "Yep." And he's like, "Nah, I can't. And we're like, "Come on, dude." And he's like, keep in mind, this guy's like 50 years old, right? He retired at. He's like, "All right, give me your fucking cell phones." I'm like, "Here." So he takes their phones and he puts them in the microwave. And for those that don't know, a microwave plays as a mini Faraday cage that everybody has in their own house. And Faraday cage prevents any transmission of electronic signal between A device and B device. And so anything that's said is not going to be picked up by your cell phone. So I already knew like that this is going to be a good fucking story. So I'm sitting in the hotel chair, desk chair. Ranger's sitting over here, and our buddies. He's like, all right. So a few years back, I was at Bragg, and we were in Squadron. We were on the QRF, and the QRF, we go anywhere, and we have 24 hours notice. And he's like, I was out at the bar, chilling with a couple of the guys, and we got a call like, hey, you need to show up to base, like we're moving. And so him and the other guy that were there were in the same squadron. The other guy is not in this room. Keep that in mind, right? Like he's fast asleep, dude. He's like 6 years old at this point. He just became a grandpa, and now he's out here chasing war in Ukraine with us. And he's like, so we got this call, and there was no brief, there was no destination, there was no fucking anything in this brief, which is absolutely abnormal for what the squadron usually gets. And they said, hey, grab your A bag, B bag, get the fuck on the bird. And so they all did. His squadron took off out of Bragg, and a few hours later they landed, and it's hot as fuck. And he's like, oh, fuck are we? And so they end up walking up to this hangar, and a couple of guys come out and welcome him and pull him in, and close the doors behind him and took him to a skiff. And in the skiff, they're like, gentlemen, welcome to Area 51. And they're like, sweet.
Ooh, all right.
Which, not JSOC's first rodeo at Area 51.
Yeah.
I mean, even John Wechter's trained there before, and, they've done some joint operations, but they started reading him in, and they told him that they had a big problem. And that they had this base that was a few miles away, that was underground, and their security element failed to regularly conduct radio checks. And so then they sent a QRF element there, and they have yet to hear back from the QRF element.
Ooh.
It's not a good sign.
No. And they're like, okay. And they're like, so give me a map, tell us what we're looking at, where are we going in, where do we come out, like everything, full battle plan of the whole situation. And so they did. And so now they have this whole thing, and they're like, all right, well, let's double tap our zeros. And they're like, hey, you got a range here? And they're like, you don't need those guns. They're like, yeah, I do. It's my fucking gun.
The fuck I don't.
And they're like, you don't need those guns. And so they pull out a different gun, and they give it to him. And this different gun doesn't take magazines. And
Here comes the Men in Black.
It's like the Ghostbuster. Meow.
It's a charge, right? So there's one name in this whole story that would probably prove this entire story to be absolutely fucking true. But he wouldn't give it to me. So they take these new guns.
Dick Cheney.
That take fucking, like, they literally shoot like fucking high energy, like it's a high energy weapon system. Like, use these. Because you're in underground tunnels, and you're going to have all kinds of shit with fucking green tips.
It's like a fucking railgun.
Pretty much.
I just watched Eraser the other day. You see that movie? Fucking dope.
Yeah, it was like 4, though. So they end up getting in a Blackhawk, flying over to the entry point of this installation a few miles outside Area 51. They get to this point and begin insertion, going down this tunnel as opposed to taking the elevator. And so they're taking this tunnel, and they're all going down, and they finally get down, and it's like this long hallway with a T intersection that's going out. This is how he explained it to me. And he said as soon as he got down there, like it just smelled like fucking what you would imagine like the 1980s like Ninja Turtles kind of like sewer drain smelling in New York City.
Bad pussy.
Yeah. Sulfur.
Yeah, just kind of like a little
Bad pussy.
like a turtle tank. and so they're coming up and they're doing their full stack and they're moving down the hallway and they get to either end, they're fucking up and then they pie. And then they pie and they come around, but they notice that the hallway kind of does like this like horseshoe curve around. And so they're like, all right, you stay outside, I'm inside. And they're coming around, someone's watching 6. And they keep on going around. As they're coming around on this outside, the outside left guy gets fucking hosed with one of the guns that they're using, like straight to the chest and fucking dies.
What the fuck?
And so then they come down with a hammer and, elevate force with force. And so then they come in and they said that they fucking shot this creature that was bipedal, mildly reptilian looking, but had fingers and was using this weapon system. And it was, almost looked like Independence Day, like underground, where they have like the glass windows and like things like that, and like access points with like full handprints and like biometrics, and then also an iris reader. And he's like, dude, I've never seen anything like this. And I've been in the Pentagon, in the basement of the Pentagon.
Yeah.
And so they asked how many were down there, like, what's our force look like? And they said only 3. So apparently they killed all 3, and the body of their boy, they had to essentially chalk up. They cremated it right away, which was against his beliefs because he was Catholic, and so they tried to fight that. And they chalked it up as he burned in hot on a training accident. Now, all of this sounds like a great fucking story. As he's telling us this, like, me and Ranger like looking at each other and we're like, what the fuck? Like, dude, this dude's just drunk as piss on wine.
Was he drunk though?
He was drunk, but he wasn't fucking sloppy.
Yeah.
At all. Like, I mean, he was drunk as I am.
He had a little liquid courage.
Yeah, he's as drunk as I am right now. He had the loose lips. And
he's feeling good. Yeah.
So he was telling his story and he was talking about like heading back, but Area 51 and like their command wouldn't let them take their boy's body back in the casket. Like, he had to stay there apparently in order to sterilize everything, but they had to fucking sign a bunch of different documents. They all took photos
fucking
of their
NDAs
IDs. They all did biometrics all over again, both fucking hands and irises. And so here's where I actually fucking believed it. This is one of the guys that we were with. Like you said, all in good rapport. And we had a meeting at 0600 in the hotel lobby the very next morning. And so Ranger was already down there, and I woke up, shit, shower, change, and I'm walking out, and the other guy that wasn't privy there in this place, or in our room last night, was like walking down. I'm like, oh, hey, what's up, dude? High five him. And so walking down, and I'm casually thinking, I'm like, I didn't really think much of it, but I'm like, hey, so-and-so told me you know a thing or two about fucking aliens. Dude, he fucking stops, turns to me, grabs me by the fucking neck, and fucking slams me up against the wall, dude. I'm like this. And he's like, Nick, I fucking swear to God. He's like, never, ever fucking talk about this shit again. He's like, where the fuck did you hear that from? I'm like, who do you think? And he's like, fuck no. He's like, are you fucking kidding me? And I was
joking.
I was just like, I didn't think anything of it. He's like, no, think everything of it. He's like, shut the fuck up. He's like, never. He's like, all right. And I was like, nod my head, and he's like, all right, cool. And
never tell us on a podcast in 3 years.
Went downstairs and acted like nothing fucking happened ever again. And then after like our mission brief and like exfil brief, to go to further in Poland or to go back home, I see them over there like talking, like they're getting like a big ass fucking argument and everything. And then the guy that told me the story comes over and he's like, what the fuck, dude? And I was like, you were boys on this. Like, you told me about it. I didn't know that this was classified from your friend. He's like, what the fuck, dude? He's like, get the fuck out of country. And I was like, what? Like, dude, and then I just felt like I just fucked everything up. Like, OPSEC violations, like, all these things. And he's like, nah, get the fuck out of country. And neither of them would talk to me again.
Really?
Like, after that fucking, like, during that whole thing. And so then we had to ride in a goddamn van all the way back to literally, which is essentially a black house.
Yeah.
And like, dude, I show up at this black site and walk in, and it's like there's like a little girl walking down, but then I walk in the living room and it's just monitors all the way around with like globes and dots and like everything that you would think of. And I'm like, what the fuck did I get myself into?
Yeah.
Like, hands down. And sure as shit, fucking in 2 hours, they're like, hey, like, as soon as I walked in,
Get rid of this fucking nerd.
well, yeah, they took me and Ranger and fucking threw us on a van and then took us to the airport and fucking flew back home. And me and Ranger,
out of Kiev or out of Poland?
Poland.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
that sucks,
we still
man.
look at each other to this day. And like, I was on the flight and I was like, what do you think about that? And he's like, I think you should shut the fuck up about it. I'm like, all right, Roger, because I told him everything. And it's like, dude, it's the hardest thing to believe, but when you get chokeslammed by a guy that you're fucking having dinner with and breakfast with and everything, and just to have like that like snap of like a personality, I'm like, are you kidding me?
Sometimes the stories themselves are like, so believable than shit that happens around them. You're like, oh, that makes me believe it a lot more.
I would have chalked it up to wine if it wasn't for being chokeslammed up against a fucking wall in the lobby
in the morning,
right
at 6 a.m.
Well, do you think he's gonna be pissed about hearing it on a podcast?
That's why I'm nervous.
We might.
Should we edit this
have
out?
to edit this.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I didn't drop any names. I mean, it's probably easily discernible with the whole Poland thing, but
I mean, this is the screenplay you're developing, right?
yeah.
Hey, there's something in my eye.
But like, no joke, dude. Every time, like, after that happened and after breakfast, when we went back up and they told us to pack, like, I went upstairs and Ranger went to go call his girlfriend or fiance at the time, and I literally like threw all the bed sheets and like pillows over me and called my wife and I was like, babe, I'm coming home. And she's like, that's a little early. And I'm like, I just got fired off the job. I literally got canned off the job like because of this.
Oh, no shit.
So what the fuck does that tell you? And also, everybody at our black site was former.
Oh, shit.
So
was this like a Blackwater gig?
No, there's not even a name for it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, we'll decide later, but maybe there's a possibility we just put this on Patreon and then not on the public side.
I'm telling you, dude, like,
although it might be pretty funny to see what happens.
I know.
Who reaches out? We're like, oh,
Well, dude, here's the fucking question for me. It was how many dudes prosecuted that target? I mean, one died.
He didn't say how many it was with, but I mean, essentially, I would, if I were to guess, I'd say 6.
I mean,
but both of them, the one that choked me out and the one that told me the story, were
on it
in the same stack. You know, and
I mean, that's one of those fucking things. The fact there's only 6 dudes. I mean, one dies. I mean, dude,
and I don't even know if these other 2 guys are alive.
It's the fucking government you're dealing with. I mean, like, I would think of like, yep. Sorry, all 6 of these guys fucking died.
Well, it's, especially because it's a second QRF. So the first one's gone.
Right.
So,
yeah. And the first one's co-located. And the second one, they had to fly out from Bragg.
Yeah. I'd imagine probably gets a lot more of those calls and the SEAL teams do.
Yeah, you guys are going to write books about it.
Yeah, write books about it.
They just chokeslam motherfuckers in Poland.
It's like, they're like actually quiet. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny shit. Most of them.
Oh, please. I don't want to hear it. But yeah, so it was interesting. And like, I'll never forget it, dude. Like, I'm usually a very situationally aware individual.
Yeah.
Somebody that can read the room, but I thought it would have been some slapstick shit. And he's like, oh, you heard about that? No. It was like, oh, you heard about that?
Yeah, that's wild.
And then it was like, literally just like, shut the fuck up. I like, not even yelling, just whispering. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, dude, feet dangling off the ground. I'm like, dude, I just had dinner with this guy the night before.
Gave you the full Darth Vader.
Yeah,
we're just like,
everything was fucking on the up and up.
Yeah,
until you mentioned.
No, even then, even when I got back to the States, even after I got, kind of relieved of the project, like, he still messaged me on Signal and was like, hey, dude, everything's good. He was like, how you doing? All right. Like, just skipped over it. But that was like from like white to red in an instant.
Yeah.
And it's like, don't.
Yeah.
Do not. And
that was a blip on his radar that's just like, boop.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's just like,
and it was also maybe like scary tactic. Like, I'm going to scare the fuck out of you right now. So that way you will forever shut the fuck up and not say this on the podcast.
Well,
or
didn't work.
I would always learn my lesson.
Hey, or they fucking developed this fucking story. He's like, I'm going to go to bed. He's like, told you the story.
You sell it tomorrow.
It's like, hey, you make sure if he says anything to you, you go fucking high, or which
he was too drunk to do
not
that.
Like he would,
I don't know though.
Not
you
like
can't put it past him.
But dude, would that warrant firing a guy off a fucking job though over a joke?
I guess,
hope not.
But the thing is,
Jesus
like,
Christ.
operationally, like, we were good. Like.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, hey, let's fuck with this guy. Like, and ultimately, he's gonna get shit canned off the job. Fucking
that's why it's
3
funny.
weeks early. Gotcha, bitch. It's like, ha ha. You're like, where's the joke in this?
Yeah,
I
no
lost
shit.
out on fucking thousands of dollars. You fuck.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's fucking weird, man. I mean,
there's some crazy stuff out there, dude.
I will say, anybody that's fucking watching this, I would love to sit down with some fucking dudes that, any alien, any Sasquatch. I know,
would love it,
dude. I watched so many of these fucking shows.
It's my favorite shit to watch.
Dude, I watch so much fucking weird shit, and especially right before bedtime, and my wife fucking hates it, dude. I watch this paranormal caught on camera shit.
Me too.
Oh my
so
God,
the wife's
dude.
sleeping, all of a sudden they're like hitting trees with 2x4s trying to summon Sasquatch.
Yeah, dude.
She's like, what the fuck?
Dude,
Turn it
it's
down.
like, oh, we decided to go investigate this old church. Has been active for fucking 30 years, and there's like,
you watch that before you go to bed?
Shit, dude.
Yeah.
Bro. No,
Dude,
not
Gabby
me.
would be like, what the fuck are you watching? But I will say one of the best, I used to watch the Bigfoot shit, and there was a guy I'm trying to remember the name of it. It was the BFRO, Bigfoot
research organization,
something research, Bigfoot something BFRO.
Bigfoot Research Organization.
That sounds appropriate.
Oh, Bigfoot is BF. Okay,
yeah, it's not one
fucking
word.
stupid.
Big fucking retarded ogre.
I have Bigfoot. Anyways, yeah, and there was a guy. I can't remember his name, but I just remember the spoof that they did with fucking South Park. Did you see the South Park
I need
episode?
To see that one, actually.
It was pretty fucking funny. But there's a guy, because on the show there's this big tall guy, big fucking dude. I'm trying to remember what the fuck. Anyways, I can't even fucking tell the fucking story straight because I don't know any of their fucking names. But going back to another series, there's the dude. His name is I think his name's Les Stroud.
Oh yeah, dude, he's a big outdoors guy.
Yeah, he used to do
History Channel show
all
about
the
people
survival.
missing. Yeah,
but he did a thing where he went up into, like, I want to say Alberta, and he straight up swears he did his own documentary where he goes, I videoed fucking Bigfoot. He's got pictures of faces. They look like fucking Ewoks. They look fucking weird as fuck,
That
dude.
makes sense. Yeah.
But dude, I mean, the faces look like Ewoks.
Has he posted it publicly? Like,
Yeah, dude, it's all over.
I gotta check that out. I would have
It's
thought that would
fucking
blow
crazy,
up.
dude.
Well, one of the most mind-blowing documentaries that I want all of our listeners and especially you guys to watch, that I've watched all three of them, and they're called The Missing 411. The most interesting is The Missing 411 The Hunted, where hunters with an archer, or like a bow, a rifle, and a sidearm, and GPS, and clothing, and water, and food, and fucking everything, go out hunting with a group of friends. One of them peels off to go take this site, and like off the motherfucking face of the map, right? Like dogs can't trail them. No gun left behind. So if you're attacked by an animal, your fucking rifle.
Yeah, they're not going to eat the rifle.
No, your bow's going to be there, like something. And then.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
So they'll do this whole grid square search. And then, like, 6 months later, they'll find his boots, just like side by side, like posted up in the same place that he disappeared or like 10 miles away.
Ah, found him.
But then it's just that. Or then they'll find his skull on top of a rock. And like missing 411, the hunted, is like the most like mind-blowing fucking thing I've ever like seen.
Is it a documentary?
There, man. Yeah.
It's called Missing 411?
The Missing 411. And it's on Amazon Prime.
What about the fucking thing where those dudes in Russia?
Oh, yeah, they're talking about the snow kids or whatever, right? They were all burned by radiation.
When the fuck was that?
That was in the 80s.
Yeah.
Snow kids?
Dude, there's these motherfuckers, they went out camping.
And then got snowed
And then
in.
all of a sudden, I mean, they're in a fucking tent, supposedly.
They
got attacked because there's slashes in the fucking tent.
But it was going from the inside out.
Yeah.
And they were trying to leave the tent, and then they were running. They all dispersed in different directions. And then when they found them, keep in mind, this is a blizzard.
Dude.
Now their eyes are gone. Their tongue's gone.
I didn't know it was Russia.
I think it's Tunguska.
I've heard that.
The Tunguska event, I think.
I thought it was kind of, I don't know if the debunking is true or not.
But it's like on the verge of like Siberia.
Yeah.
Is it up there?
I did see the whole debunking.
It was more like an avalanche, and then the scavengers got them.
Yeah. Well, that's what they said. They're like, maybe it's an avalanche, and birds ate their eyes, and you're like,
yeah,
that's kind of what they do, though. And it kind of makes sense.
But the whole radiation burns didn't really make much sense.
I don't remember that part of it. But yeah, it's fucking weird,
some
man.
were like charred, but
yeah. There's some weird shit that goes on, especially like the Appalachians out there. Like, there's some crazy stories.
The biggest hotbed out of all this, and you guys will see this after you watch the 411, is Yosemite. Kind of like northern Arizona. It's pretty much right where we're at. So anywhere from Mammoth, Yosemite, the Sierra Nevadas are massive for it, up north, and then a lot of Utah and Nevada. There's quite a bit up in New York, like upstate New York. None down south, probably because they don't have cell phones and can't report anything. Kidding. Sorry, guys. But yeah, it's pretty wild.
I dig it, man.
I will say, I think that's one of the things maybe we've missed on this show. I mean, we've talked about all kinds of fucked up shit on Liberty Risk. I will say it would be fucking very, I don't know, refreshing to fucking, or informative to have some dudes on the show. I know we've talked about having like maybe a doctor come on board and like talk about some of the shit that goes, because I know we've talked about the whole steroids and a bunch of shit like that. It would be cool to have somebody come on board and talk about just,
cryptids, the unknown.
Yeah. I mean,
if we can find somebody that's like, as valid as you can get in that.
Oh, I know.
Even if they're not valid, I like to hear somebody just fucking. I mean, if they talk out of their ass, we would be like, dude, you're full of shit. If we have somebody that's.
I know some people. I'll talk to you offline about how to reach out to them.
I could get maybe Will Smith. Tommy Lee Jones.
One of my mom's friends. My mom's a big hippie. She lives in Santa Fe.
Oh, dude, you know what? Fuck. I don't even know why the fuck I didn't think of this before. I'm going to call Post Malone real quick.
I love it. It's always a harrowing joke.
One of my mom's friends has been so if you have an alien encounter in the Southwest or whatever, she was the person that you called to report it.
Does she work for MUFON?
I don't fucking know. I don't know.
Which part of the Southwest?
Well, she lives in Santa Fe, New Mexico, so it's probably somewhere around there.
I thought your mom moved to like Northern California or some shit.
No, we were from Northern California.
Or you moved?
Yeah, I grew up in Northern California with her, and then she moved to Santa Fe, New Mexico, and then I moved to live with my dad for a year in Bellingham, Washington, and then That's three states for that. But yeah, that could be interesting.
Dude, crazy shit.
Yeah, there's some wild stuff. But all right, we good for
Nick? I know you got a heart out. Do you want to just fucking close this shit off now? What do you think?
Yeah, got to do it. My wife's hammering my ass right now talking about aliens.
Yeah, she is. Well, hey, let's fucking bring it all back. And I will say, and I keep looking at that fucking camera. You know, I should be looking at this fucking camera.
I actually forgot that one was there.
Yeah. I can't thank our fans enough. If we call them fans, or these people just
brothers from another mother.
It's fucking weird to see people fucking, like I told you, I'm at the SESU game, and people go Liberty Risk. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Or just see people go Liberty Risk. Hey, Kevin, what's up, motherfucker? Yeah. And I'm like, this is really fucking weird. Yeah. But to see dudes that support what we're doing here, and I don't think we're doing anything revolutionary. I think it's just us three getting together and shooting the shit and not trying to suck each other's dicks.
It's
and
pretty
fucking
cool
try to fucking talk shit to each other. And
it's been cool to see how it's been received. I've heard of quite a few people that have, because of this show, started to reach out to their friend groups, started to put together little groups of their own, and reached out and said, "Hey, man, like it was really fulfilling. Showing us that, like, hey, it really doesn't have to be complex."
Oak Ridge boys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just get together and shoot the shit with your friends, man, and just reconnect, dude. It's because you get lost and life is busy and you get pushed different directions. You got to be intentional about it. But it's been really cool to see that message is hitting and people are getting something out of it.
Yeah, 100%.
It's been cool.
It's going well. I couldn't fathom how well it was going to go, but fuck, dude. I mean, we had all the right ingredients, so.
I think it's hitting something that.
Thanks to you. Thanks to you.
Love. Thanks to you.
Yeah, I think it's been fucking awesome.
All right.
Yeah. Thanks,
Cheers,
guys.
fellas.
Cheers.
Thank you guys for the support.